I am on the wrong page. Hello everybody. Good morning. Good morning. That's why I'm on the wrong page. I had my browser on my one monitor, not the other. But it's okay now. I can see. I can see correctly. And that's all that technically should matter. I'm not stinky. I took a shower already. I'm smell good. I'm good smelling. Oh man. Was that my earpiece? That was weird. Well, good morning, everybody! Good morning. We're back with more Goddess of Victory, Nikke. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little worried about the event. For a number of reasons. And I'll explain those as, I keep doing that! Every frickin' time. Where? Jesus Christ, I have so much stuff here. I keep doing that. Every time it pops up, I always clip out of it. But no, there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Nothing bad. Not like oh terrible. How no. Not nothing like that. It is just thoughts. It's just thoughts after playing last week's session and reading what other people thought. I'm kind of worried.
What are you looking for? Just looking to get something on the up
for the game.
Welcome, fellow shopaholic.
The event mainly, because the event's like, you know, what we're playing right now. And I don't really care about certain things, but you know, there are things that I do care about, and it's one of those moments where it's just like, why? I know, I have lots of thoughts, amazingly enough. Well, nice. Thank you, Proto. I don't expect you to sub, but thank you. It's always nice seeing my best friend drop by to come pelt me to death later on. I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit right in the face. Yep, there we go. I knew it. Oh. But I hope everybody's doing good today, because hopefully we get to take some emotional damage today. Supposedly. Maybe. I don't know. Unfortunately, I may have been spoiled on the ending of the chapter. And it's not from social media. It's from YouTube. I'm literally just scrolling through YouTube, and I don't really watch Nikke videos on YouTube. So there'd be no real reason for it to, like, you know, recommend me any any Nikke videos from YouTube. Nope. I didn't click on it. I was scrolling past. And of course, like any content creator out there that isn't me, they posted spoilers in the thumbnail. Now, granted, I don't know if it's the exact scene from the ending of the chapter or the event, but they literally titled it with no spoilers in it, and I'm just like, why? Why do people... I know that gets them clicks. I know it's the whole reason they do it. They want clicks. They want their views. They want you to click on it, and your 30-second to a minute view of their content gives them enough time to get more money out of you. For whatever reason. I don't like doing that because I hate that method. I am also exceedingly terrible at it. And I do mean that. I have, to my knowledge, not been able to scam anybody into watching my stuff. Watch my shit. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Probably. But we don't need to know that. No one needs to know that, so don't worry. I clicked the right one even though I wasn't paying attention. I am good. Oh. But yes, there are things that I'm a little worried about. Because, like, the end of part 1 for this event just... It's just, I don't know. It didn't feel like an anniversary event. And a lot of people have mentioned that. Like, I'm on the Nikke, the Nikke Discord. I need to read these more often. I don't pay attention to them sometimes. And it sucks because I hate talking to them like that. I gotta be their support. I gotta be the support. But no, like for part 1, it just... It felt very forced for a lot of stuff in it. Mori just being there, thrown into the mix, didn't feel like an actual character. She just felt like, you know, a shoehorn into the story. Mihara and Uni being there really didn't make any sense from one perspective. Again, it's just a bunch of stuff that I didn't really enjoy. God damn, I'm trying to stay in my lane. What do you people want? The double goat scream. Hello, Lupin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh. I'm doing okay. I'm tired from work, but that's really about it. Just tired from work. Could always be better. But, as we always say, no pain, no chocolate chip cookies. I use Mix It Up now for some of my redeems, and for some reason the redeems still work. That are not Mix It Up redeems. So I need to at some point go through my OBS and get rid of a bunch of stuff that I don't use. But I'll probably wait. No pains, no gotcha pulls. Almost true. Almost true. But yeah, there's like a bunch of redeems and stuff. Like, I still don't know how to get rid of the double audio from my normal redeems. Like, when you follow and stuff like that. I don't know why there's 2 audio sources. And it drives me insane. So I'm thinking at some point I should probably redo my audio. A bunch of my stuff. Because I have a lot of stuff I don't really use. And I want to clear out some of it, but I need to keep some of it in there. Yeah, I will probably clean it all out and get it all settled once we get my once we get the new model situated. That's not true. I don't drive that often. But everything drives people insane. I just handle it better than most. I just handle it better than most. That's all that matters. Oh, man. Trying to clear through our dailies so we can get to the good shit. Which might not even be good shit, because stories and stuff. Well, time will tell. Time will indeed tell if it's going to be good, or if it'll just be unbearable pain. Oh crap, I gotta actually pay attention to this one. I forgot. I gotta actually pay attention.
Sexy, perhaps? Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Oh.
How do I look? Sexy, perhaps?
Is there really that much of a delay compared to YouTube?
Everyone follow me.
I didn't think there would be that much of a delay, honestly. I would think it'd be kind of normal for both of them. Well, never mind. What do you mean, never mind? I'm being thrown things by everybody today. What did I do?
All shall kneel.
Hey, Scott. How are you doing today? I can give you the link to my YouTube. I have a second channel. Hold on, let me grab the link. Can I grab it from here? Oh, share. Here. That's the YouTube link for anybody who wants to watch it on YouTube. I have an alternate channel for YouTube streams now, for those who did not know. Yeah, I do it that way because somebody suggested I do it so that I can post only videos and stuff on the main channel and just have the live streams on the secondary channel. Which I don't like doing, but it is better for me. Like my sanity, I guess. It doesn't have to make any sense. It doesn't need to make sense, but I would like it to make sense. But it won't make any sense. I forgot to kill the tail. Oh shit. Kill a tail. Kill a tail. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, we're safe. We're safe. Tail's gone. I forgot about the tail. That would have been very, very bad. Have this 7-second delay that you can't start your mind. Wow.
How do I look?
I never noticed that.
Sexy, perhaps?
I never noticed that.
Push a little harder.
But now that you've said that, it makes a lot of sense. And then again, I know they do that for like specific reasons and whatnot. You gotta save money. Remember, kids, save your money. Money, 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 money.
Under the light of the kingdom,
Money, money,
all
money.
shall kneel.
Excuse me. That voice did not go well with my throat today.
Return to where you belong.
But yeah, we're just doing our dailies. We're doing our dailies so that we can then go and do the event part 2. Which I am hoping is as good as people keep saying it is. I'm hesitant to trust this event so far. It just... The event hasn't... I haven't really vibed with the event.
Under the light of the kingdom, all
Little Mermaid got very little introduction. I got very little fanfare. Little Mermaid didn't get much fanfare on her own thing. On the anniversary that contained Little Mermaid. It's mostly noticeable, especially if you're from a different region. Ah, that does make sense. That does make a lot of sense. Which does kind of suck.
under the light of the kingdom, all
But,
shall kneel.
But yeah, the fact that she gets very little screen time in her own anniversary, the fact that her advice sessions are past memories of herself, and on top of all of... Where's my mouse? There it is. Go see my mouse. On top of everything else, like, it just feels weird. Like, I don't get why... I don't get it. I don't really understand what they were trying to go with
Under the
here.
light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Like, again, maybe part 2 will
How do I look?
clear up the issues that I have with it so far. But,
I'll take lead. Everyone follow me.
currently, there's not much of an enjoyment. That was terrible. That was terrible! Also, there's been a lot more spam bots recently.
Under the light of the kingdom.
I remember going like a whole month or 2 with no spam bots, and now all of a sudden, spam bot, spam bot, spam bot. God, I hate them so much. And they're all the same. They're all the same shitty quality. Shit, probably. No. All missiles go bye-bye. All missiles go bye-bye. Hey, welcome. How are you doing? I love that emote. It's so adorable. I looked over at my OBS and I saw my mouse on my screen and I'm like, why is my mouse over there? Why is it so small?
Should I push a little harder?
Oh.
I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
Yes, you can. Those big, adorable plot devices of yours. I mean, those eyes. Yeah, I was looking at the eyes.
As long as we're together, I will never fall. I'm glad I was able to protect everyone.
Oh, oh yeah. Duh, Tribe Tower's next. Tribe Tower.
Virtual environment configurations preparing.
Oh, we're almost 340. 340. 340. We're almost to 340. But I don't care, because I'm more surprised we even got to 340. Stop playing Nikke because it's hard playing with one hand. One hand on the PC, the other holding the door shut, so my parents told me to during the cutscene. I mean, there's not really a lot of cutscenes that need to be censored in the game. And even if they are, they're usually very tame. Granted, the new Mihara one looks nice until you have it on your background and it's just butchered the entire background.
How do I look?
Because a lot of people have talked about how they censor
Push a little harder?
the new skin for Mihara's SSR, and how the background cutscene skin doesn't show what the thumbnail does.
Class is over. What do you say?
Because apparently the
Go back and
thumbnail
enjoy the festival.
that her SSR gives you for her SSR is her back doing those things for the alt animation. But it ends with the front shot of her face, which is weird. Where do these freaking splotches come from? I never understood that. How do you splotches appear on the other side of my glasses? Hey, Skull. Welcome. Wait a minute.
Made it far enough. It's time for me to take the gloves off. So here I come.
I don't trust you. Oh, I'm kidding. You're fine. I really do. I need to... Once I get closer to getting my... I am going to update the Stream Loots cards once I get closer to having stuff set up for the new model. But it's still a long way off. I want to try to make sure things are, you know, working.
Let's go back and enjoy ourselves.
But I am going to update those cards. Because I don't like some of the cards. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind fanfiction, but I probably need to make that a much higher tier card. Because it's so evil to me. Quite literally, I hate it. The pain I have having to read fanfiction. But no, I do want to... What are you saying, punk? Different games. Yeah, it is hard. I haven't been playing a lot of games that you can really use some of those on. I only stream 3 days a week right now. I would like to stream 4, but I've been taking some time to myself to do some things. And I've also been trying to figure things out, like space myself, do certain things, do this and that. And it's been nice. At the same time, I would love to stream more games. But the hard part is trying to figure out which games to stream. Because I have come to the conclusion that some people just don't want to watch certain games, regardless of how much I find them fun. And again, that should never stop you from playing a game you want to play. Why? Who got new gear? Gear. Oh. Cocoa. Yeah, I want to stream some more different games other than Monster Hunter. I mean, I am comfortable with people who have been around a while becoming friends with on Steam and stuff. So I don't mind that. As long as I've known you for a decent amount of time, I don't mind becoming friends on Steam. You just see how degenerate I am. I got a lot of degenerate games over there. I don't know if you're all ready for that. Yeah, as long as I know you, I don't mind. Holy crap. Holy crap. Crit rate, attack damage, and critical damage. Wow. That probably has to be the best piece I've ever had at the start. That was interesting. But we still have somebody who needs gear. Where are they? Oh, we need to give Flora some new gear. Now who else needs gear? Oh, Trina needs gear. There we go, Trina. But I also don't want people to think that they need to give me money. Because I have been doing games off stream. I have been playing and recording games off stream. Yeah, you never doubt the horniness of an individual's mindset. Oh, it's inventory. I'm stupid. I thought there was more Nikkes that needed upgrades. I'm dumb. I am dumb. I keep almost clicking the cake, and I don't want to. I want to keep that cake. But yeah, like if you're in my Discord server, or if you're like on Discord, feel free to DM me. Like Escapo, if you want to DM me on Discord, you can, and I can give you the information for my Steam. I'll do it after stream, though. Just so I can focus on this, because I want to focus on the game. I also have 448 of these, and I don't know who to use them on, because I got Siren to max out her thing. Gonna be on YouTube, because using the YouTube for audio driving me crazy with how much it desync. Oh, Twitch. Someone has your Twitch name as a Steam. Yeah, that should be me. If it's a picture of a goblin kitsune, then that's me. The bio should say waffles. No? Oh, wow. Oh, here. Since we haven't started the event, I can take care of it real quick. What's the Steam signed in for? Oh, that is definitely not me. I see the picture. There, I pasted my my friend code. Oh, is that a quick invite link you sent? Oh. Can I play this video in Discord that you sent?
Imagine.
I'll mute it real quick. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. No. 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 Oh. Yeah, I forgot you actually have to accept the friend request over on Steam. I'm still getting used to Steam. I don't have very many friends over there. But, yeah, for those of you who've been around that I've got to know, I don't mind you wanting to be friends, as long as we're respectful to each other, of course. And you understand that just becoming a Steam friend doesn't mean shit. It's not until you've looked at my Steam catalog and go, holy shit, you're horny. And I'm like, well, yeah. This wasn't a surprise. Of course, my Steam stuff is worse than, my Steam stuff is worse than, PlayStation. Because, you know, Steam has that ability to do the stuff that we have on it. Co-op. I forgot about co-op. I don't want to do co-op. Co-op sucks. We're almost there, you guys. We're almost there to start the fun. Alright, you mother truckers. Choose your units so I can choose mine. If nobody chooses, I'm going to click on one. We got 2 3s. Come on. Choose. Choose! Choose! If nobody chooses, I'm going to choose. God, you people are dumb. Well, this is going to be an awkward moment. I got to let Tia burst first so that I can burst. Otherwise, there's no point in her burst. Also, if he did only use Tia, there'd be literally no point. Because if he didn't use Tia... That's weird. You were looking through my games and wish list? Okay then. I don't like using Dorothy because the submachine gun she's got to stop.
Please don't let your eyes wander.
My turn. Everything superfluous will be banished from paradise.
Steam review.
No restraints.
I was thinking like, wait, I haven't done a review yet, but I think I know what you mean.
More where that came from. Let's wrap this up. I'm hankering
Let's get this over with. Hurry up and fail it. Darn it. Yay, we failed. Thank God. I want to get it done. Ah.
Victory, Your Grace.
I got 2 more to go through. The pain. The unbridled pain. But it's nice to see Rappy in her very nice tushy. Oh. Yeah, sometimes Steam is very unhinged. If you really look at it, Steam is like the most unhinged thing you can think of. Alright, are you gonna go Crown? Alright, we got Private, Crown. You can go Siren. Mori. Should I can't go Mihara, I don't have Mihara. Can you guys select, please? Oh, fuck it. I will go Rapunzel. I will go Rapunzel just for the shits of it. There we go. Because nobody would choose. So I was like, fuck it. I will force you guys to choose. I will go the healer. I will go healer just because of it. It'd be funny if I could perfectly time her resurrection animation to go off right after we die. Niflheim? I don't know. You talking about the Breeders game? I know the one on Steam is like an incomplete version. Yeah, I know the Steam version is isn't the. They're still updating it from what I understand, but that was a while ago. Well, that was also back when I was in my super horny phase. Super horny, as many would call it. They call me the Giga Chad of horniness. Oh no. We'll die. I won't be able to burst in time. Yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. It was supposed to be D&D. But unfortunately, because D&D had to get moved due to some circumstances that I won't go into. Unless the people would like to share it next time we get into D&D. But, because it got moved, I decided to purchase from GOG Games. I don't know if that's what that's actually called, but GOG, and I purchased Dino Crisis. So tomorrow I'll be playing Dino Crisis. I'm saving It Takes Two for a friend, unfortunately. There's a lot of games I would like to play, but I'm saving them for people. Because I did promise to play with them. We got a Red Hood, I got a Private. I will go Crown. I'll go Crown. Yeah, I'm saving It Takes Two for Mei because I did promise to play with her, and I want to play with her because she's chaotic and fun to play with. Thank you for choosing. I want to hurry up and get this over with. I want to get it over with. I want to move on. But yeah, because I wanted to play Dino Crisis. We're gonna be playing Dino Crisis tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to being scared. Dead dinosaurs. But yeah, I wanted to. I've never actually played Dino Crisis before. So yeah. I'm terrified. I've watched a friend play it years ago, like when I was really young. But I have never officially played Dino Crisis. And I don't really remember anything about it. Except it has dinosaurs and you have guns. That's about it. I just remember dinosaurs and guns. That's literally it.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall meet.
I don't remember much of anything else.
Sexy perhaps?
Which I think is fine for me. Because that just means when we do it tomorrow. How do you fail on that?
Let's go full power.
Target locked. Commence bombardment.
I didn't realize you could fail on that part.
Did you see?
Okay.
Your king has won another victory.
Okay. Alright, Nikke. You hitting me in the balls there, but okay. Okay. I accept it. I accept the ball fondling. I accept it now. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the event now. Actually, hold on. Before we do the event, we got some polls we can do. We got a decent number of friends. Hold on a second. I need to check my friends list. Oh wow, most of these people are still active. Okay. No wonder why I've been getting points. I got a lot of people who are still active. So we got 2 10 polls we can do. Okay, next one. Nope. Okay, nothing. Nada. Not a single darn hair on my cheeks. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, we're right next to the challenge, so let's get the challenge over with. Like, I'm really hoping they explain why Siren has to stay behind and keep the energy contained for the A pillar that she's contained in a bubble. I just want to know why she has to stay behind. What reason do they have for this? Like, if they don't explain it, I'm gonna be upset.
Just wait until I become an adult.
Cause it doesn't make any sense. Like, what reason does she have to stay there in Gluttony? There is no reason for her to have to stay there right now that we know of.
Class is over.
Unless there's something she hasn't revealed, and it's revealed in this part. I don't know. I'm frustrated. It seems like a lot of common sense was thrown out the window for some of the writing. And that's my current problem.
It's okay. I'm not scared anymore.
Like, I don't have any problem with the VAs. They're all nice. They're all very good
I know I'll
VAs.
never see them again.
Oh, the other one's right
Still
there.
miss them.
I have enjoyed these items because these aren't freaking a pain in the ass to find. Nope, 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 stop it.
For everyone's sake.
I can't move the freaking camera.
I'm not scared anymore. I must succeed.
Oh, the other one was right there. Holy crap, they're all
Everyone's sake.
of them? I know, we're missing one.
I know I'll never see them again, but I still miss them. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's right there. Holy shit, these are not hidden very well. This is very weird. I'm usually used to like spending like a good 10 minutes trying to find these things.
Them again, but I still miss them. I'm sorry.
Alright. I was hoping we'd have some other people here today for the story, but they aren't here yet.
It's okay.
Hopefully they're okay.
I'm not scared anymore.
I don't expect anybody to show up. None of you guys ever have to actually show up for the streams. But thank you for doing. Thank you for words. I'm sorry. Before we get in there, I forgot to buy some items. Shop.
I must succeed. For everyone's sake.
Gotta buy some items from the shop. Nope. Go back there. Oh, there you are. I was just talking about you.
It's okay. I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah, I don't expect you guys to show up for every stream. That's just unfair to you guys. You all have lives. I don't have a life, so, you know, that's fine. Let's see if this actually does emotional damage or not.
Let's go and find everyone.
We're gonna see if this does emotional
If you
damage
wish
to me
it
or
so,
not.
Prince, I shall gladly oblige. If you call, I will come.
You know what? Just because I can.
I'm always ready.
Can I punish anyone I like?
I feel this is a good team. I don't care if it's practical. It's gonna be the team we go with. But
I remember when I first opened my eyes and found myself here. An
I'll explain it when
infinite
she's not
black
talking.
void. All that stared back at me was cold seawater and endless bits and bobs from the surface which gluttony had swallowed, as well as a red core. At first, I used my abilities to try every possible method of escape. I tried shooting bubbles at the core. I tried using my kotodama. None of it worked. Gluttony was different than ordinary raptures. It was moving by primal instinct alone. The result was that my kotodama had no effect on it. Gluttony seemed to prioritize its urge to consume above all other instincts.
okay.
I'd exhausted all possible means of escape. I started to become afraid. Was I going to die in this place? Once I was digested, what kind of attack would gluttony unleash on the outside world? What would happen if gluttony found out about the nature of my bubbles? Was I doomed to fail once again? Without achieving anything? It was at that moment that I remembered a promise I'd once made to a few friends. She told me that from now on, our story was no longer one of failure, but a fairy tale. One with a happy ending. I became determined not to give up. My friends were surely out there, trying their best in order to keep that promise too. I couldn't give up. I had to struggle with all my might. In order to keep myself alive, I had to create more bubbles. I expanded the protective bubble around myself in order not to be detected by gluttony's core. I gathered surrounding remnants from the surface and created a space where I could live. I crafted a tree out of bubbles, fabricated a bubble workshop, and built all the places where I lived with you guys. I also made dolls that resembled my friends and launched them up to the surface. I hoped that someday, perhaps my friends would encounter these doppelgangers and come looking for me. I continued making the bubbles and launching them up to the surface. Again and again, I did this. I waited for a long time. At times, the loneliness was excruciating. I considered giving up more than once. But even in the deepest depths of my despair, my longing to see my friends trumped all else. I wanted to uphold the promise I made on that day. And so I strengthened my resolve countless times and pushed on. Then you guys came, swallowed whole by gluttony. I was terribly worried for you all. But paradoxically, I was also ecstatic to finally have company. During my time alone, I had learned how to control my kotodama. And being able to talk, laugh, and live with you all filled me with ineffable joy. much you all mean to me. Your presence here was a gift. I'm so glad I was able to meet you all. I'm not afraid of the end anymore. I'm no longer scared. I'm no longer lonely. So don't blame yourselves. And live well.
Siren. What?
So I'm going to be honest with you. This is weird. It currently doesn't explain to us why she has to stay behind. It doesn't explain to us why she was able to send Mori, Mihara, and Uni away, but she can't send herself away the same way. Granted, if it gets explained later, that's fine. But right now, it's just kind of a whole lot of, I can't go, I have to do this type situation. Which before, it didn't make any sense. Like, again, she was able to send these people away. But she can't send herself the same way? When she can control the bubbles that way? Doesn't make any sense. And what would Gluttony do if he did get the power? That doesn't make any sense. Does Gluttony consume and then gain the factors of what he's consumed? Has that been stated somewhere? Because I currently don't know that. I don't know that if when Gluttony consumes something, he somehow gets the powers from it. If he does, then okay. But currently, as of this event, to my knowledge, there has been no indication that when Gluttony consumes stuff, he gets the benefits and powers of whatever he absorbs and devours. So it's a frustrating point because it doesn't make any sense. Everything up to this point, like all the stuff beforehand, has made sense in some way. Okay, so he did do that. But that still doesn't really make any sense, honestly. And unless, like, I don't know, it's, from my perspective, because I don't remember a lot of the stuff that's happened in Nikke. There's a lot of stuff that's happened, and a lot of it's said once or twice, and then you don't hear it again for months or a year. So unless Gluttony has the ability to, like, go underground, it doesn't seem like there's much of a threat. Which I'm guessing he can go underground, but then again, if he was driven by primal instinct, as they've said, as Siren has said in this part, he would be diving after the Ark for the primal instinct of the power that's there. You would think. I'm not saying he's not devastating, it's just weird. Also, the fact that we are starting part 2 with Mori, the character I cannot stand. I don't care if she gets better. She's a terrible character. The VA is fine. The character herself is stupid. They're trying to make her into like Kilo from the 1.5 anniversary, which felt forced then too, but at least she made sense. At least it wasn't she was thrown into the situation. She found the situation. Mori was just thrown in there. She's just a random NPC who was thrown in there because she was tailing Mihara and Uni. Which again, Mihara and Uni being there again is annoying. But we'll find out.
Are you awake?
We'll find out how this goes.
Who? Nice to meet you. I'm Mana of the MMR squad.
I forgot that's her. She's from MMR. Again, I'm just, from a personal perspective, it just seems like a whole lot of
I'm not alone. We're all in this together.
shoehorn baloney where they got here. Oh, she actually has a bubble. Hey, why didn't the bubble show up when she was in the one room? That's weird. That's weird. Again, from my perspective right now, the story just doesn't make any sense.
Are you Mori from the incubator squad?
And I might have been spoiled from YouTube from some asshole posting a picture and the title of the Nikke event. Like I people have said they enjoyed Mori's part. Like, I don't know if I can. She's a character who, by all accounts, is the most worthless piece of shit in the story because there's nothing about her. Like, constantly we are berated by the fact that she is said to be the worst character. And the fact that she starts off as the way she is. Maybe I'll like her a little bit more. I don't think I will. I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm going to like her at all. I love the VA. The VA is doing a good job of making a character, of trying to make this character likable. But for me personally, I just can't get into her.
Yes. I see.
Granted, you know, she's got a whole bunch of stuff there.
This is
It just feels
Reclamation
forced.
Site 01. It's the first area on the surface that we've successfully reclaimed.
Wait, that's my hospital bed. You get out of there.
I have, but what am I doing here? Once we were out of danger.
Just hear a note. You see a note on the side of the bed that says, "This reserved for Commander. Get out."
Are Mihara and Uni? They're outside. Would you like to go meet them? Yes.
But my key problem is the Mihara and Uni being thrown into this just feels
What happened to
like it's just
Gluttony?
trying to throw in an overspec.
Where's Siren?
Gluttony left.
No. Is there any way we can follow it?
We'll talk between
We need to
these
go
things.
save
We'll watch these
Siren.
parts.
It's possible for us to track it, but
Then let's go. We have to hurry before it gets too far.
we can't do that.
What?
We can't go.
Do you hear what you're saying? Don't you want to save Siren?
Of course I do. But tracking Gluttony is
Stupid
impossible.
phone. Why do you always do this, phone? I
Why
don't want to
not?
censor you.
Mori, do you know what kind of rapture Gluttony is?
No, I don't. And I don't care. Besides,
No. This is something you need to know. Siren risked her life to save your own. I can't let you go rushing headlong into danger without knowing anything, even if it is because you want to save her. If you end up throwing your life away recklessly, all of Siren's sacrifices will be in vain. Gluttony appeared during the first Rapture invasion. A Tyrant-class Rapture. After humanity went into the Ark, it rarely showed up. And so the only information we have on it is from old records. It consumed an ICBM intended to destroy the lift, then expelled all that energy back at the launch site and utterly decimated it.
Okay. So they do explain what happens with Gluttony. Still bullshit, by the way.
From that point on, humanity stopped using large-scale armaments against Rapture facilities. That's probably why Siren insisted on staying behind. If Gluttony digests the AA pillar and the energy contained within it, this entire region would be wiped off the map.
is it really that dangerous?
Yes, it is. It's a miracle that we were able to get out of that thing alive. And here you are, wanting to rush back towards it.
It might be
Are you
Overzone.
sure you can
The
do
first
that?
one.
You're afraid of fighting run-of-the-mill or
It might be Overzone or Red Ash.
When you stand in front of Gluttony, are you sure you won't lose your nerve? Besides, this isn't a problem which can be solved with willpower alone. Even if you are willing to risk your life, you most likely won't be able to make a dent in that beast. You'd be throwing your life away. I understand that it's a bitter pill to swallow, but there are some things which we are powerless to change. This is one of them. You can't do this, Mori. You must give it up. The best thing for us to do now is rest. In the meantime, we can take our time to mull this over. Let's go, you...
I'm not stupid. I know that. I know that if I go out there, I'm signing my own death warrant. That I might die without being able to do anything. Especially since we're talking about me. Someone who's afraid of even regular raptures. I realize I'd be powerless against something like gluttony. You're right. The right thing for a weak Nikke from the incubator squad to do is give up. But I can't. I can't get it out of my head. I can't abandon her. She was the first person who told me she was glad I was alive.
She's probably going to be the only one.
Get chewed up, melted into a puddle, whatever it is. I want to go save her. I can't live knowing that she gave up her life for mine.
She didn't.
Mori.
Please. Just this once. Could you help me? I know what I did to you is unforgivable. I know how shameless this request is. I'm perfectly aware that I should be asking for forgiveness instead of a favor. So I'll do anything. If you go with me, I will do anything. I put my life entirely in your hands. If you tell me to submit a false report, I'll do it. I will give you anything and everything I have. You give the order, any order, and I'll obey. If you want me to die in your place, I'm willing to do it any time. So please, help me, just this once. I don't have any special skills or connections. All I can do is beg. So here I am, on my knees, begging you to help me chase after gluttony. Please.
I knew this would happen. Once someone has been shown love, they'll never give up. Such affection. Such sorrow. I suppose we don't have much choice, do we? If you're that determined, Mori, let's go save Siren.
Mihara.
But we can't rush in without a plan. Before we make our move, we need to find a clue as to how to take down gluttony. If we don't do that, then this isn't a rescue operation, but a suicide mission. Understand?
I understand.
All right then. Let's go see what we can find out.
Okay, so I still don't like Mori. Like it feels so hollow from her. Like it's so bad to me.
Let me clear my throat.
But like if they had a thing with Mori pop up before the 2.5 anniversary, like a side story introducing her, I probably would have been okay with her character. But the fact that she was just dropped into this and I'm supposed to feel a connection to this character is really bad. And like we currently only have 2 side stories. We have Mudfish, which is the recent one with Little Mermaid and Leviathan, showing what happened before, you know, Little Mermaid disappeared. And then we have Wordless, which is the Mihara and Uni storyline, which by themselves don't connect at all to this. But when you look at the 1.5 anniversary, you had I forget the name of the side story, the one with Modernia, where you see her story and you see how it plays out. It builds up to what the 1.5 anniversary was. You know, we see the build up to Crown being who she is before we meet her officially. So you see that. So we meet Crown. We get a little bit of backstory on Modernia, but she's doing pretty good. You know, we meet the character we meet in 1.5. And as many people have already stated, we don't meet any of these characters. Right now in the event, we haven't met a single one of these characters. We haven't met Siren. We haven't met the new Mihara. We've met Uni, but, you know, she's not what she used to be. And we don't even know who the fuck Mori is. There's no investment from the characters at all. And since there's no investment from us as the player, I don't feel any connection to these characters. It's kind of like... It's just hard to feel any sort of connection right now. Again, maybe it'll change, but right now, I don't feel it. I don't feel anything. And the fact that we're now, what, two fights in and we haven't seen Siren at all? What the fuck is going on? You know, at least with 1.5, we had Crown actually be the focus. Crown was doing stuff. Yeah, it had a lot of Kilo and stuff like that, but Crown was still there. Siren isn't even with this group.
So that's why you came to see me?
Yes.
I'm just
seeking whatever knowledge
why
you have on gluttony.
have they decided to do
Provided you
this?
with all the basic information about gluttony.
They could have
Indeed.
chosen anything
And we
else
thank you
than
for
this.
So what more do you need to know?
Are you aware of there being any way to take it down?
Gluttony, you mean?
Yeah. I figured with you being the way you are, you'd have considered potential ways to eliminate it.
Me? Why would you think that?
When we were swallowed by gluttony, I heard you say to us, "Get away from there immediately." Isn't that because you were in the middle of dropping the AA pillar?
How did you know that?
We saw the AA pillar inside Gluttony's stomach.
The AA pillar is still inside Gluttony?
Yes. In order to prevent that energy from being absorbed, the Nikke who saved our lives is still inside Gluttony. So, in order to rescue her, we need a way to subdue Gluttony, even if it's only momentarily. Is there any way to make that happen?
The fact that you all came back alive after being consumed by Gluttony is surprising enough.
So they don't even tell her that there's
Told
a
there's
Nikke
still
inside
someone
of her.
inside?
Inside.
Is she a pilgrim?
We're not sure, but most likely, yes.
That at least increases our chances of a successful rescue. We're conducting joint research into this incident along with the central government. So, I'm not at liberty to act on my own and divulge information.
I see.
What I can do for you is introduce you to someone else who could help. Would that be alright?
Who would that be?
Hello. Since this is my first operation with Wardress, allow me to introduce myself.
Oh, it's Shifty.
I'm Shifty, an operator from the
I just
Central
realized that.
Government's Intelligence Division. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Shifty.
I'm seeing a few faces that don't belong to Wardress, at least according to the database. Since you mentioned this operation involves a few secret agents, I won't ask any questions.
That's very considerate of you.
Mana briefed me on the situation. You all escaped from inside Gluttony. And now you're planning to track it down in order to rescue the pilgrim that's still inside. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Is there any way we could receive support from the central government?
That would be somewhat difficult. Unless Gluttony poses a direct threat to the central government, they've decided not to actively pursue it.
So you mean they're just leaving it alone?
I figured that's the conclusion they'd reach.
Stupid government.
May I ask why they decided on that course of action?
Probably because they haven't found a way to eliminate it yet.
Because you haven't let me do it yet.
Of course. After it swallowed the AA pillar like it was nothing, we've been at a loss as to how to take it down as well. We haven't come up with any definite way to destroy gluttony. At least, not at the moment.
We did think of attempting an extermination operation by deploying an elite combat squad from the Ark, the counter squad. However, given that the Ark has recently suffered a large-scale attack, it was decided that reinforcing the Ark's defenses was our top priority. As far as I know, our current strategy is to refrain from proactive engagement.
So that doesn't really make any sense. If it was just like they'd send us, how would that get in the way of the Ark's? That doesn't make any sense. That literally doesn't make any sense. We're going to send the counter squad. Okay, are you sending other people with the counters? Because if it's just us, it doesn't matter. We aren't even in the Ark, technically. We're in an outpost outside of the Ark. We are in Reclamation Site 01 now, which isn't even in the Ark. So it's just... that doesn't make any sense.
I see. I suppose that means we don't know of any way to restrain gluttony either.
Siren.
Actually, that's not entirely true. It's far from exact, but...
There's a way?
well...
We have found a way to damage it. The only thing is that the method is rather extreme, and it requires a big sacrifice. As such, we've designated it as unviable.
When you say sacrifice, what do you mean?
Yeah, what kind of sacrifice?
Someone has to enter through Gluttony's mouth and plant this onto its core.
Are those crystals?
E2 crystals, to be precise, harvested from the crystal region. They have a unique property where they absorb electrical energy upon contact. They then continue to expand until all energy is depleted. They are dangerous to Nikkes as well as raptures. Unless sealed within glass, like so, it will instantly consume anything it touches.
If we're able to plant that onto Gluttony's core...
Yes. No matter how adept that creature is at absorbing and discharging energy, there would be no way for it to counteract a parasitic organism attached directly to its own core. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, I'm positive this could take it down.
Then what are we waiting for?
Gluttony isn't simply going to sit still and let us plant this on it.
It's just a neon to take
Why
it
this
down.
method was deemed
Firepower!
infeasible.
Precisely. There had never been a recorded case of anyone escaping from gluttony after being consumed by it.
I can just imagine them going like, alright, Neon, do your thing. She just pulled out a shotgun, and then all of a sudden, there's more shotguns, and then there's more shotguns, and it's just like an infinite row. Basically, it's basically Babylon's Ark from Fate Stay Night with Gilgamesh, but instead of swords, it's just shotguns. Lots of shotguns.
But then you guys showed up. You all came shooting back up out of gluttony like some kind of miracle.
Gate of
But
firepower.
that's all it is. A miraculous fluke, yes, but a fluke nonetheless. If you were to go back inside, the chances of coming out alive are still close to 0. Even with that pilgrim still being inside the beast. If something were to go wrong during your attempted entry, we would have no safeguards in place to respond to such a situation.
Right. If its mouth closes before you're all the way inside, or if the silver liquid touches you, you'd melt instantly.
I'll do it.
This isn't a decision you should make lightly.
I'm not making it lightly. I told you. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I want to save her. So I'll do it.
Mori.
I can do it.
All right.
In that case, there are two remaining uncertainties. A method to lure gluttony, and a way to keep its mouth open and hold it in place. If we can find answers to those two quandaries, it'd go a long way to ensuring the operation is successful.
A way to hold it in place.
You don't have any ideas at all?
No, we haven't come up with a solution for that yet. That's another reason why this operation was never attempted.
I see.
Okay. That should be enough information to go on.
Does that mean?
Yes. Let's go save Siren. Thank you both for your help. We will think of the rest ourselves.
Understood.
I don't know. This is just... Like, if they do have Mori sacrifice herself to do this, and she does die, it's gonna... I'm still not gonna care. And then, if she does it, but she doesn't die, then it's just like, what the fuck was the point of all that? The emotional payoff is completely ruined because you did this just to keep this character alive. Like, if we had more time with her, yeah. Cool. I would care at that point. But right now, I don't. And again, we are now three points in and we haven't seen a single thing with Siren. This is her anniversary. The kind of writing is this shit? Why are we all of a sudden focusing on these characters? I mean, I know Siren's trapped in gluttony and she can't really do anything except sit there. But you're writing this anniversary for this character in mind, yet this character in mind has had less screen time. I forget which it is. I forget what it was, but was it a movie or a game or something recently? Something recently came out. I can't remember what it was. Something recently had come out, or maybe it was a game that had a patch or something similar to this. It's Final Fantasy XIV. It was Dawn Trail. That's what it was. Where the new character had more lines equal. I think Wuk Lamat had like more lines than almost every other character in the story up to that point, and one expansion versus everybody else who had been in the expansion since the start. Or something. I don't know. But it's just... I don't like this.
How in the world can we hold gluttony in place?
Mori.
I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah?
Remember how you told us you were willing to do anything?
Yes. I'll do anything you tell me to. Just say the word.
Then, could you perhaps lend me your phone for a moment?
Huh? My phone?
Yeah. I need it.
That's it? Why do you make it sound so serious? I was bracing myself for something big.
Sorry. You seemed awfully tense, so I wanted to lighten the mood.
So is this the infamous 4 chapters of trying to get a signal thing
Yeah, sure.
that somebody mentioned?
I'm positively stress-free. Anyway, here.
I don't know if they're being sarcastic or what, but like I've said, I've read things and people have mentioned some stuff. No full-on spoilers, thankfully.
Someone
That I've read, at least.
very powerful.
I know someone like that?
You certainly do. She sent you to us.
Hold on. Are you?
I'm going to contact her. Is that okay?
Yes, it's okay. You don't have to keep asking for my permission. I told you, I'm willing to go through anything and everything. So hurry up and do it.
Thanks, Mori. I'll be right back.
You're not doing it here?
I think I'll need a little privacy for our conversation. Uni, will you stay with Mori for a moment? It won't take long.
Ah.
What's wrong, Uni? Do you not want me to go? I'm sorry, but I really must go. I have something to discuss with this individual. I think they may have a solution to our problem. They should know a way for us to keep gluttony momentarily in check. Or, in other words, a perfect way for me to utilize my power. So, please, could you stay with Mori for a moment? I'll be right back.
Nara walks outside, leaving Uni behind. For some reason, Uni can't fully explain. She feels nervous. Mihara seems to have come to some momentous decision, and the fact that Uni doesn't know what it is or how to stop it terrifies her.
Are you okay, Uni?
Uni turns around and glares at Mori.
Uni?
Staring at the one she believes is the cause of all this, Uni is overcome by an inexplicable rage. Mihara walks down the hallway, gripping Mori's phone.
Maybe contacting this person isn't the right choice. No. I need to settle this once and for all. Even if only for Uni's sake. I can't keep living in the dark, constantly under threat. I can't protect anyone like this. I can't save anyone. I can't achieve anything. It'll end up just like before. I'll only end up full of sorrow. I need power. I need to get stronger. Let's do this.
Nara unlocks Mori's phone to make the call. Beep.
A message.
Mihara opens Mori's blah blah app. Blah 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 blah. Knock knock knock. Mori, how's your task coming along? The deadline's quickly approaching. I haven't heard from you. I clearly saw the call signal was activated. Why hasn't they been a report? Are you dead perhaps? Oh, this is what we saw before. No. I'm still alive. Like, it's nice to meet you, Gian. Is it Gian? Did you hit your head or something? Don't you recognize me? You're right, I did hurt my head. I can't recall if I've seen you before. So allow me to introduce myself once more. Nice to meet you. I'm Mihara. I won't lie, that's pretty cold. That is cold, I love it. My oh my. Now things are starting to get interesting. Can we have a little talk? Sure, why not? I'll contact you later. I'll be waiting. I feel like that was, that was weird.
My voice is ready.
That was weird. I will be right back. I need to use the restroom. I'll let the game keep playing while I'm out.
I'll do my best. Cheer me on. Rest assured, beauty remains in. Let's keep going. Just a little bit more. Woohoo! It lacked a certain pizzazz, but I'm satisfied.
Okay, I feel better. Oh, I was hoping to hold it, but I couldn't. Like, I'm trying to enjoy this. I'm trying to enjoy this event. I'm trying.
Well, hello there.
The writing just seems weird. The writing for this for this event just seems to be really weird. In comparison, they haven't really built up these characters since Miharu's new reintroduction, Uni's antisocial attachment to Miharu, which makes sense after everything they went through. But again, they haven't built on it. Mori just being there. And Siren, the anniversary character, hasn't even appeared in the first 4 chapters!
Yes, I can hear you.
I believe we haven't had the pleasure.
That's right. Nice to meet you.
Wow, you really don't remember? I guess your last memory wipe was the one that finally stuck.
Oh, is that so?
I figured since you were hanging out with Uni with an explosive collar of your own strapped on, you must have retained some of your old memories, but apparently not. What a shame.
Yes, it would have been nice if I remembered. Then I would have known about you much earlier.
Aw, how nice of you. However, I don't see Mori. You didn't off her, did you?
She's such a nice kid. How could I kill her? She's somewhere safe, resting.
Ah, I see. If she isn't dead, why isn't she the one contacting me? Apparently she's not as afraid of being disposed of as I thought.
What did you say?
Didn't she tell you? If she doesn't report back with her findings on my little experiment, she's headed for the scrap heap. I assumed you knew everything since you're contacting me on her phone. Looks like I was wrong again.
She's so playing them, and it pisses me off.
Well then, this is quite a pickle. I'm rather curious to hear about the outcome of the experiment. Perhaps I should ask you how it went?
If I tell you, what's in it for me?
Look at the little negotiator. You're a cheeky one.
Also, Jien's voice pisses me off. The voice actor's amazing, but she's so annoying because I hate the character. She's Red Shoes 2.0 and I hate her.
Alright, then I'll get to it. Stop this calling signal experiment on Uni.
I'd rather not.
Stop meddling in Mori's life and spare her.
I'll consider it.
And one more thing.
More? Aren't you the greedy one?
Help me become stronger. That's everything.
Oh, now that's an interesting proposal. But it's a rather steep price to pay simply to satisfy my own curiosity. I could cherry pick any test subject I wanted from the ones up for disposal. Why should I go through all this trouble of dealing with you instead?
How about this? I'll be the one to undergo the experiment. Not Uni. Does that sweeten the deal?
Do you even know what kind of experiments I'm conducting?
You're inserting a rapture core inside a Nikke. Isn't that it?
Oh.
What'd you say?
There are 2 cores inside Uni.
2 cores? What are you talking about?
Oh, they finally revealed what
How do you
happened.
know that?
When you were all falling, do you remember how I caught you with my bubbles?
Yes.
When someone enters my bubble, I can learn a lot about them. That's how I found out. Uni was used as a test subject infused with a rapture. She now carries 2 cores inside her.
So a lot like
And
Red
are you
Hood,
saying
just
one of those cores is
like Rappy, but way more fucked up.
I believe it belonged to a rapture.
a rapture. Rapture core?
Oh,
So that's why she reacted the way she did to the calling signal.
I believe that is the reason why. Yes. Right now, at least, the Nikke core is dominant. That allows for Uni's consciousness to maintain control over her body. But hearing the calling signal seems to activate the Rapture core. Continual exposure to it could cause the Rapture instincts to take her over completely. For someone like Uni, whose external body has been fused with a Rapture, her identity as a Nikke could become even more unstable. You must be careful.
I'll keep that in mind. Judging by your expression, I'd say I'm on the mark.
You're something else. You know that? How did you know?
Sorry, it's a secret.
Come now.
Being a cheeky little
just
one,
a
isn't
little
she?
tease.
Do we have a deal or what?
Well, it is an enticing proposal. All of my previous test subjects were Nikke's about to be scrapped. With you, I'd have a chance to implant a Rapture core into someone special. A Nikke who was handcrafted by my adorable little sister, piece by piece. Uni's external body had already been fused with Rapture parts, so it was already an alternative experiment in many ways. When the Mantis Squad was corrupted, I wondered if I could potentially find a use for them. But then, much to my disappointment, they were healed.
Oh, that's fucked
After
up.
Uni, I didn't expect another opportunity like this to come along.
I'm glad.
God, I hate her so much. She's literally Red Shoes.
Certainly am.
Reincarnated.
I had no
I don't care what
idea
people
such
say.
interesting Nikkes existed. I feel like I've been missing out.
God, I hate her.
About you earlier, I would have taken you in back when you got shot in the head.
If you'd done that, then this moment wouldn't be possible, would it?
Fair point. So what is it that you're really after? Why are you so willing to subject your body to my experiments? You had 3 requests. Is that really everything?
Yes, that's everything.
Now that I think about it, your requests seem rather modest. Why do you want to become stronger? Do you find you're somehow lacking when it comes to eliminating raptures?
I want to take down gluttony.
Ah, gluttony! Yes, that would be an impossible task in your current state. It is officially classified as a tyrant class, but in actuality it's far beyond that. There's a reason it's named after a cardinal sin. But didn't you receive a new body recently?
Yes, but I lack the ability to fully utilize its power.
In other words, you lack talent.
I figured if anyone would have a solution, it would be you.
You figured right. If you undergo the same experiment Uni did, you will definitely become stronger. So that problem will resolve itself automatically. However, that means one of your wishes would have been granted without any real input from me. In that case, we'll say that I owe you one. You can come to me with a request later, and I'll grant it.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. You, of all people, should know that implanting a Rapture core onto a living Nikke is akin to a death sentence. If you want to back out, now's your last chance.
I've already gone through 2 memory wipes, and I'm walking around with a bomb strapped to my neck. I'm getting used to living life on the edge.
Okay.
Maybe so, but carrying 2 cores around is a different kind of thrill altogether.
It's no different from the pain I've had to endure up to this point.
Alright, fine. If that's what you really want. I'll stop playing
That's weird.
around with the calling signal. I'll also give you what you want when it comes to that incubator friend of yours. As for the strength you desire, I will put it within your grasp.
Didn't we just have an ad break like 2 minutes ago?
But I get something in return.
Have there been a lot of ad breaks recently, or am I just noticing it now?
I get to do whatever I want to you, and you're expected to grin and bear it. Got that?
Yes. Understood.
Good. I think you're officially fit for my experimenting table.
I feel this is just trying to set up for more stuff in the future, rather than tell an actual story.
I'm looking.
That's what it feels like it's trying to do, and I don't like it. I will say I do love Siren's battle pose, because that tushy. I won't deny the tushy. They knew what to do with that hair. They knew not to cover it. How dare they try to? I'm looking at my beautiful yawn. I have to use her bikini just to see her beautiful, beautiful rump. But I'm wondering if we're ever actually going to get to the Siren stuff in this, because it just feels... Oh, shit. We got voice.
She's been following us ever since we left the Ark.
Oh, wow. Actually hearing Uni's voice actor say more than Ku.
Yet she still came here with the intent of ruining me and Mihara. She activated that calling signal and made me suffer. She almost got Mihara killed. If Siren wasn't there, I would have killed Mihara with my own hands. I'll never forgive her for that.
Uni?
Mori steps back. Uni walks towards Mori.
Girl tried to put Mihara in danger. She's put strange thoughts into Mihara's mind. She's put Mihara in danger. I can't forgive her. I won't forgive her.
Stay back, Uni.
Oh. Do it! Do it! Yes!
Put Mihara in danger. She's trying to kill Mihara.
I'm sorry. I know it's not gonna happen, but I can wish.
She's like me.
Uni's eyes start to glow red and snaps her neck and walks away. Do it. Do it.
Sorry.
Just be glad.
I know you won't forgive me.
Just be glad the devs don't watch my stream. Like, none of the devs are like, you know, let's watch this random streamer who's playing our game. And all of a sudden they pop into this and he's like, I'm like, yes, do it! Do it! Because I can't stand her. I literally do not like this character.
Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
I know I don't deserve forgiveness.
I
Do
said
it.
I don't want to hear it.
But you have to let me save Siren. Once I've saved her, then you can...
No, do it now. Save us all the trouble. Do it now. Do it! Don't look at the tears. Fuck her. Fuck her up.
Please, I'm begging you.
Please, I'm begging you. I know what those words mean.
We all
The
do.
words spoken when you desperately want to save someone precious to you.
No, they're not.
When you want to help them so badly.
Do it, Uni!
Yes.
Give me the satisfaction!
Just beg. Beg and speak desperate, pleading words. I understand, but I don't want to. I hate that she's like me in this way. I hate that she thinks the same way I do. I can't kill her.
Yes, you can! Do it! No! We almost had the emotional moment! Uni slumps to the ground.
Uni, I'm sorry. Sorry for putting you through this. For putting you and Mihara in harm's way again.
I know you are.
I still want to save her. She's the first person to ever be kind to me. And I loved it. I don't want to lose her or that feeling no matter what.
I understand.
I know that you feel the same way about Mihara. And yes, despite me knowing that, I'm still making you go out and put yourselves in danger. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was expecting us to hear coos.
I want to save
Coo. Coo.
Sorry.
But no, hearing actual Uni's voice.
How it feels to know affection for the first time. And how it feels when you lose it. I know that sorrow. That ache. I understand why Mihara wants to help her. To be honest, I also think we should save Siren. That's why I can't find it in myself to despise her fully.
Uni?
But I'm scared. I'm terrified. Terrified of losing Mihara again.
I really should have clipped that scene with me cheering for Mori's death. I feel sad that I didn't. I'm gonna have to go back through the stream and grab that scene. I want to download the whole stream just so I can get to that one point and be like, I need Kerbo, can you clip this for me? Turn it into a thing.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Mihara!
And he says the strange vibes coming from Mihara.
Huh? What's wrong? Is something on your mind?
Uni shakes her head.
What are those marks on Mori's neck?
Huh? Oh, nothing. I just bumped into a wall.
That is the
Isn't that
worst
right,
excuse
Yumi?
ever.
Isn't that right?
Well, I think something happened. But whatever it was, it seems like you two have resolved it.
Nope.
So,
Uni's still gonna
don't
kill her.
press.
Snap her neck and everything.
I appreciate
Oh,
it.
I fell down some
Anyways,
stairs.
what took you so long? Did something happen?
No, nothing happened. I just found a way to become stronger, that's all.
What do you mean by that?
Excuse me.
Mana opens the door and comes inside
Oh,
without
wow.
even
We were
opening the
about
door.
to make our way over to you. I appreciate you coming to us.
I think we can skip the small talk. Here.
Mana hands Mori a glass jar containing crystals and batteries.
These are the E2 crystals for the operation.
Okay.
As I mentioned, they absorb electrical energy and are incredibly dangerous. For Nikke's, even the slightest physical contact with these crystals will cause the body to be corrupted. Do not ever take them out of the jar, under any circumstances. If by any chance you do accidentally come into contact with the crystals, you must immediately shut down the power to that area of your body to prevent it from spreading. Understood?
Got it.
Mihara,
Yes?
everything is riding on this. Failure isn't an option.
I owe you, Mana.
If you want to repay me, come back alive. All of you. I'll be waiting.
We'll come back. No matter what.
Sizzle. The sound of something melting. Blurb, blurb. Are we actually getting siren stuff? Sound of something boiling. Splash! Okay. The sound of flowing liquid. Oh my god. Amidst those countless sinister sounds, Little Mermaid opens her eyes. Finally, it only took half the fucking thing to get to this. In thin bubble lies a crimson ocean. Lies Gluttony's core, staring back at her. Oh, wow. It only took half the entire thing to get to this. Little Mermaid senses it immediately.
see the AA pillar from it. The bubble barrier is thinner than before. Probably because I condensed some of the bubbles around the AA pillar. That must have made it easier to detect.
Sizzle. The bubble ignites as it touches the seawater. Blur blurb. Blur blurb. Droplets rush out to repair the crumbling bubble wall. Splash. Silver liquid seeps through the gaps that can't be repaired in time.
I really want to eat this, don't you?
Okay, that's adorable because of her face. Tyler embraces the encased AA pillar and gazes at Gluttony's face.
You can't have it. I don't care how much you glare at me. I'm not handing it over. I won't let you have it. My bubbles will dissolve the energy, and it will disappear.
A searing pain courses through Little Mermaid's entire body from her fingertips to her toes. At the same time, a bubbling sensation surges from within her.
I'm reaching my limit, and I'm starting to feel the side effects from the bubbles. Before long, my entire body will be turned into liquid metal.
Oh, fuck no, it is!
Oh,
As her vision gradually fades, Little Mermaid wonders. If she closes her eyes, how many more times will she be able to open them?
no, not yet. I can't stop now.
Exactly, we gotta pinch those adorable
All this
cheeks.
energy is
We haven't been able to pinch her cheeks like we did everybody else. Then again, I don't think we've actually pinched everybody else's cheeks, so we're not gonna let that happen. Closes her eyes again. Oh, great, we're back here again. That's just exactly what I wanted to see. Falls behind, not saying a word. Along the way, they encounter raptures after rapture, 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 after rapture. For the love of God, get to the next point! I'm sorry, but it's like there's no point in this. Feels as if the raptures could end her life at any moment with a single attack because she's so pathetic. So many times she wants to collapse, to run away. Let her, for the love of God, just end her! But each time Mori thinks of this, she clenches her teeth and thinks about the two others whom she dragged into this. She thinks about Uni's eyes filled with tears and terrified of losing Mihara. Of Mihara's relentless efforts to grant her wish. Of Siren, there's two others. There are three people. I feel lied to about this cutscene. Mori thinks about every word Siren had said, every affectionate gesture she had shown to her. Because it's the only person who's ever shown her mother love in her entire life. See, I wouldn't mind this character if it wasn't the shoehorned trope of she's never felt any sort of friendship from anybody except for this one person. I hate that trope in storytelling because 9 times out of 10 it is used terribly, like it is here. Hey Demos, you're just missing me complain about shit. Like, it's... The trope doesn't make sense, because she's known Siren for, like, a month. Like, I think it's, a couple of weeks she's known Siren, and it's just... Oh, I have to do this for this person. If they had known each other for a while, I'd be like, yeah, okay. But it's barely been enough time for them to really do anything, and it really drives me insane. On and on she runs without any concept of day until finally...
I'm not seeing a trail anymore.
Things happen.
Gluttony must be close.
We are just one step away from the place where Little Mermaid is waiting.
Finally found her.
I'm really not enjoying this. I'm going to be honest, and I really have to say this. This is a terrible anniversary event.
There are far too many things that lack beauty.
Little Mermaid has appeared less in her own anniversary, where she is on the freaking cover, than anyone else.
Regroup and let's go again.
And that right there is terrible storytelling.
The story will be rewritten into a tale that's happy and beautiful.
It's almost like saying, hey, this is going to be the main character you're going to meet. And then giving them 2 minutes of screen time, and instead giving the remaining 1 hour and 62 minutes of screen time to a pigeon. I don't know. I'm just I can't I'm trying to enjoy this, but it's with characters who I don't feel invested in. I don't feel invested in these characters at all. Little Mermaid's the only one I care about, and she's had less screen time.
Cheer me on.
Like, if there was... God, I'm trying to enjoy this, but this story, this writing for this anniversary is just...
A little bit more.
The writing for this anniversary is just awful.
The story will be rewritten.
I'm gonna be honest, this is how I feel.
And beautiful.
Mihara and Uni haven't had enough time to really flesh their characters out. Since they got reintroduced with the new updates for them. Mori, as we've already, agreed on, she's just a random NPC character who's been thrown in here. And now we're to expect that these characters are going to be able to go up against Gluttony and take him down.
Yes, this should work nicely.
Is Gluttony here?
Yeah, it should be underground, within a 10-kilometer radius.
10 kilometers? How are we supposed to find it?
How do you think? We need to lure it out.
But how?
By using the beach, for starters. Setting up here will allow us to minimize the amount of raptures that could swarm us.
Then what?
Since Gluttony reacts to strong energy sources, I'd say it stands to reason that's what we have to use to lure it, don't you?
Do we have something that's capable of producing that much energy?
We do. Both of you, listen to me carefully. I'll lure out Gluttony. Uni, once I get it to stop, you need to make sure it doesn't close its mouth. You need to hold it open for as long as you can, however you can, until Mori and Siren are out of there. There's a chance they might not be able to escape through Gluttony's breathing hole. While Uni's doing that, Mori, you need to take the E2 crystals and hop inside its mouth.
Okay.
The main reason Siren refuses to come out is that she intends on sacrificing herself in order to eliminate the energy inside the AA pillar. In other words, if we can't convince Siren to leave of her own accord, we can't save her. That's why your role is the most crucial, Mori. Not only do you have to go back inside Gluttony and plant the E2 crystals onto its core, you also have to meet up with Siren and convince her to come out. You can do it. No, you need to do it. We came here to save a life, not to lose our own.
You're right. I have to do it. I have to save her no matter what. That's why I asked for your help. You both are risking your lives for my sake. I won't fail you.
You've become a real trustworthy ally, Mori.
Don't make fun of me when I'm being serious.
You're not being serious.
All right. Anyway,
I
shall we get started?
can't stand her.
Yes, Uni?
Uni shakes her head at Mihara. Though she can't explain why, her instincts are telling her to stop Mihara.
Uni,
Uni shakes her head desperately, pleading for Mihara not to go through with it.
It's okay. I would never leave you behind. We promised each other that we would truly see each other, that we would feel each other's pain, and that we would atone for our sins together. I haven't forgotten that promise, and I intend to keep it.
Uni and Mihara lock eyes.
And wait. Failure is not an option.
Uni lets go of Mihara's hand.
Thank you, Uni. I'll be back.
Mihara steps forward again, leaving Uni behind.
Code release. Activate all cores to their limit. Initiate fusion.
Recognition complete. Activate all cores in body to their limit. Error. Reaction error. Fusion unsuccess. Unlock code deep. Activate all cores in body to their limit.
Unlock code deep. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. This is honestly bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. They're using Mihara not only to give us lore, but also, when the fuck did she get the second core implanted? That was only like a couple of, like, maybe an hour. Did they rush over here? Like, what the fuck? Time doesn't seem to make any sense here.
Initiating fusion.
Cree! The area near Mihara's core starts to glow red.
Mihara!
Mihara curls up, unable to withstand the pain.
What did you just say? Put what where?
Mana, you did receive what I sent, didn't you?
I believe so.
How did it get sent there so fast?
About this?
Mana points to a palm-sized black box.
Looks like it arrived safely. I was worried because the elevator wasn't working properly. I suppose sending something small doesn't pose any issues.
I would like you to insert this in my body.
Excuse me?
It's a special gift I prepared for Mihara. To get her stronger much more quickly. Tuck it safe and sound beside her Nikke core if you would. I would have loved to handle it myself, what with this being the first experiment and all. But as you know, I don't exactly have freedom of movement right now.
I'm still not following.
Mihara was the one who contacted me. Quite eagerly, I must say. She told me she requires additional strength in order to fight gluttony. Given that she couldn't utilize her current body's ability to its fullest, she wanted...
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this entire thing feels
She agreed to become my
very
first
forced.
Mihara?
It's literally a Deus Ex Machina
That's why I prepared this little doohickey.
that comes out of nowhere.
It's quite risky to be sure, but if you want to enhance a Nikke's abilities in one go, it's the best option available.
So it's meant to enhance Nikke's abilities, yet you're having me insert it beside her core separately. Is this a rapture core?
God, you gotta love how smart she is.
Lots of Nikke bodies. I'm sure you can insert it next to her current core easily enough, right?
This is incredibly dangerous. If I insert this inside her, the Nikke core could...
Do you remember your promise from long ago? You said you would help me the next time I wanted to do something good. Well,
This you are trying to do good, you bitch!
I can't leave the Ark at the moment. And Mihara needs to...
She's not trying to help anybody. She's Red Shoes 2.0. She cares about herself.
You're the only one who can do this.
You call inserting this inside a Nikke a good thing?
Yeah, because she's fucking insane like her sister.
I'm giving a Nikke who wants to be stronger the power she deserves.
It's bullshit.
What's more benevolent than
I'm
that?
calling bullshit.
But a Nikke and Rapture Core can't exist together. You of all people should know that a Nikke's core...
Yes, I know. Nikke cores have a barrier which prevents them from reacting with other cores. But what if you could break past that barrier?
What? Are you telling me you figured out a way? How?
This is literally Red Hood and Rappy, just with no build-up. This is literally Red Hood and Rappy with no build-up whatsoever, and just shoehorn in to just say, hey, you get a massive power-up. And it is bullshit. It is a shoehorn way to throw in a character to make them stronger with no build-up whatsoever. And it is dumb in this situation. Because they wrote themselves into a freaking corner. I hate it. I honestly do not like this. This is terrible storytelling. Because the character has not earned this power-up in any capacity. Because one, they don't remember shit about themselves because they've been memory wiped twice. The one who does remember and does know can't speak. And then there's Mori.
That's my little secret.
I'm trying to like this storyline, but it is getting worse.
Somewhere awfully dangerous. You don't want that, do you?
No.
Now then, be a good girl, would you? Don't let your curiosity get the best of you. Don't peek inside the box and just put it inside her, okay?
Understood.
What's this barrier you're both talking about?
Nikke cores have a safety mechanism, which makes it so they can't react with other cores. Even if it's two Nikke cores in one body, it prevents them from interacting. It would also prevent Rapture cores from devouring the Nikke core, and vice versa.
You mean Nikke and Rapture cores can consume each other?
Yes, a clear example of that is core dust. It can distill a Rapture core down to its essence, and use that to stimulate growth within a Nikke's own core.
Jien!
Oh dear, there I go again, running my mouth. If you knew any more about this, Mihara, you'd never be allowed up on the surface again. So I'll stop there. On the other hand, it's nice knowing the stakes, don't you think?
I hate Jien.
Of course.
I hate her so much.
It's important to know these things.
Now then, Mihara, once that core is implanted into your body, all the abilities you previously couldn't draw out from your body will fully awaken. If there are no changes after the surgery, then it means your body itself is defective. However, I can quite confidently say that my sister is the best of the best when it comes to building Nikkes.
No, she's a bitch.
So I'm
Just
sure
like you
you'll
are.
become much stronger, Mihara. That is, if you can endure the pain. Every prior test subject has died because they couldn't withstand the pain. You, however, said you'd be willing to do anything. So I'm sure you'll be able to endure it, won't you?
Of course.
I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Mihara clenches her teeth, just as Jien warned, pain beyond anything imaginable courses through Mihara's body. Her vision repeatedly turns red, fades away, and then comes back. Beep, crackle. Crackle, beep, 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 crackle. Crackle. Snap, and pop.
Warning, core resonance activation. Connecting code. Error. Warning, core type. Match. Error. Warning, barrier. Reactivation required.
A series of warning sounds and error messages blare out.
I know. You're not used to a core like this. But you've got to accept it.
Alright, we have an ad starting soon, supposedly. Or did the ad already finish? I don't fucking know at this point. Hold on. No, the ad's done. Okay, I'm gonna go use the restroom again, because I've been drinking a lot of water, and apparently my body doesn't like me right now. So I'll be right back again, and then we'll continue on with the fact that I cannot stand this event right now. Why are you throwing things? I had to go use the restroom. Am I not allowed to pee? We'll talk about it at the end. Well, I will, from this point forward, I will just sit and watch the rest of this and just occasionally comment. We're going to sit through this, and we're going to complete the rest of this, and then I will give my total thoughts, because I keep pausing for everything, and it's frustrating me. Inside her body, near her core, is a searing heat like a blazing inferno. The conflagration expands and begins to engulf Mihara's own core.
Warning, barrier. Reactivation required. Warning, barrier. Reactivation required.
Countless warning sounds echo in her head. Mihara's movements, senses, and everything slowly become consumed by the fire.
If this continues, my body will...
Cree! Mihara's body begins glowing even redder. The inside of her core boils like a massive fireball, a volcano on the verge of eruption. As it rages on, her consciousness drifts further and further away. It's then that Mihara, because I can't read, the moment she is then consumed by the flames, she, as she knows herself, would cease to exist. From somewhere she can't see, someone is screaming. Not screaming, they're cooing. A familiar voice cries out in agony. It screams, imploring her not to leave her behind again. Who is it? Mysterious figure number 1. Who's calling me? Uni and Mihara lock eyes. Uni's eyes tremble with fear, terrified of losing Mihara once again. Her eyes beg Mihara to keep her promise. Mihara can't let those eyes be filled with despair again. Grit. Mihara bites down on her cheek. Grit. Harder. Faster. Sharper. Pain!
Me. Don't worry. I'll accept it all. The pain. The sorrow. The desperation. All of it. I'll take it all in. I will never abandon you. This time, no matter what. I will bring you back on the right path. If we die together. And if we live together. I will claim this power as my own, in order to protect our bond, no matter how great the pain. I'll do this, so that no one will ever take you away from me again.
Light begins to radiate from Mihara's body. Clank. A purplish light, dark enough almost to be black, burst forth from Mihara's core. And chain-like patterns of the same color spread all over her body. Mihara recognizes the changes in her body. She now realizes how to awaken the sensations contained within all living things. No matter how much larger her target is, no matter how overwhelmingly powerful they are, the bullshit that she has obtained, she can do it all now. I'm sorry I had to do it. And connected to her via these chains on her body, she knows that she can now feel their pain as well. She can endure any amount of suffering they inflict upon her, or of that she is certain. 'Cause the bullshit they write is what goes through it. I'm sorry, I had to do it. This is...
And I would enjoy it.
Nope. We're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this, I swear.
Oh, the fun I'm going to have.
With the clinking sound of chain links, the patterns on her body fade and then disappear into her skin.
In order to establish a connection with these chains,
Mihara lifts the pendulum attached at the end of her
all
whip.
I have to do is stab the enemy with this. Suen was right. If this is the kind of ability she originally envisioned, then the sensory exchange I was capable of before could only be considered a failure.
Mihara looks at Uni and Mori, who are watching her anxiously.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Well, she's not
I'm
dead.
fine. I've never felt this powerful in my life. Almost omnipotent. And considering how much energy I just released, it's bound to come calling.
Rumble. Crumble. Boom. Gluttony. Emerges from the ground.
Now that our guest has accepted my invitation, let's go, Uni.
Mihara steps forward, resembling a female prison warden about to weave a massive prison for her prey.
Let the hunt begin.
This is... It's so enjoyable. I'm not trying to feign ignorance right now. I know many of you who are watching, if I assume nobody's here, but I'm going to say many of you who are watching are just like, shut up, dude, and enjoy the story. And I'm trying to! I swear to you, I'm trying to enjoy this! But the writing is so shit! I'm sorry! It is so bad!
I won't stop.
These characters have done nothing to earn any of this. I just can't stand it. I'm sorry. Mihara swings her whip toward Gluttony. Thunk. Sensing the threat, Gluttony attempts to retreat downward.
Sorry to tell you this, but you're not going anywhere.
Mihara lunges forward, striking at Gluttony with the pendulum. Clang! Gluttony twists its body and blocks the blade with its teeth.
Darn, it's good at sensing danger. Maybe it knows instinctively that a hit from this is bad news.
How, like, where are you, like, I'm just confused.
Mihara, watch out for the tentacles.
How does it have tentacles? We should have been able to see this creature more than just a face. Uni grabs the tentacles. Crunch, crack. Gluttony's tentacles writhe as if trying to escape Uni's grip. True, they do. I should realize that by now. But she clenches the squirmy bundles of feelers and something, because I didn't read it. Growl! Meow! With a thundering roar, a shower of splinters burst from Gluttony's body.
Everyone, duck!
Ra-da-da-da-da-da-da. Mori fires her weapon, and it does nothing because she's shit. At the shards hurling towards Mihara and Uni. Bang, bang, bang. Some fragments that she wasn't able to shoot down fall to the ground.
Oh, your shooting is really improved, Mori.
She's done jack shit.
Nice.
Well, they fought Rapture after
So don't get too
Rapture.
Thankfully, it's too busy digesting something to spew out that silver liquid. In that case, we've got a chance.
Swish. Mihara tightens her grip on her whip and charges forward. Mihara dodges the gaping maw attempting to swallow her. Crunch. And drives the pendulum into Gluttony.
Now then.
Clank. Dark purple chain-like patterns begin to etch themselves onto Gluttony's body, accompanied by a cold metallic sound. Shirk. At the same time, similar patterns appear on Mihara's body.
Now that our chains are connected, why don't we swap our senses?
The chain patterns engraved on Gluttony's and Mihara's bodies glow a lambent purple. Clang! And the sound of chains tightening fills the air.
I can feel it. So this is what you're feeling. You really do have so much inside you. Then you've never felt the sensation of your own cheek being bitten down on, have you? Would you like me to show you? Let's enjoy this pain together.
Mihara opens wide. Crunch. And bites down on the inside of her mouth. Clang! Oh! So that's what her power is supposed to be now. Gluttony convulses in unbearable pain. Crunch. Thud. That seems exceedingly overpowered for her power, by the way.
You're so spirited now. Why don't we enjoy a little more?
Crack. Yeah. Gluttony trembles violently, its teeth clattering from the agony.
Goodness, I didn't expect the pain to be so bad that you'd try to close your mouth. We can't have that. Otherwise Mori won't be able to pass through. Uni?
Uni lets go of the tentacles and quickly dashes forward. She pries open the struggling Gluttony's mouth and forces her body inside, while bearing the weight of its descending fangs. She keeps its jaw forcibly open. Crack! Gluttony continues to spasm in pain. Uni uses every ounce of her strength to keep the creature's mouth open as the crushing weight of the razor-sharp teeth bears down on her.
No, your body can't handle the stress. You're incredible, Uni.
Uni.
Now would be the time to run, you
You
fool.
have exactly 30 minutes, not a second more.
Jesus Christ, this is
My
stupid.
sensory exchange will be severed. You've got to convince Siren before then.
30 minutes? That's all I have?
Yeah, well, you have less now because you're talking.
Yes, I can do this.
You have like 28 minutes now because you wasted like
Go and
7.
rescue Siren.
Okay.
I hate when they do this type of stuff. You have 30 minutes. Really? 30 minutes? That's all I have? You know, I could do a lot in 30 minutes.
I can't believe it. Did she just wish you good luck?
I think so.
Oh my god, you're on a time limit, people. Hurry the f
I'll
up.
rescue Siren if it's the last thing I do.
God, this is so dumb. Why do they think it's a funny thing to do this in these types of moments? We're on a time limit. Okay. Let's spend 5 minutes laughing at each other for 5 minutes of no other reason. And the black abyss slowly draws closer. Suddenly, she is destroyed and incinerated into oblivion. Something falls at her feet. a compass, and a map that guide the way to the Ark. A first aid kit to heal her wounds. A chocolate bar to keep her hunger at bay. A field shovel that has saved her skin more than once at a critical moment. What the fuck? Everything that has kept her alive until now falls to her the ground. And the reality she had been determined to avoid comes rushing at her head on. All along with it, the fear of death comes crashing in. Like I'm supposed to give a shit. Hurry up and get on with this. I'm sorry. This is so dumb. I'm honestly getting ready to skip this shit. This is how much I don't care. And I usually only skip on these small events. This is... God, this is awful.
No.
I'm literally... I literally just don't... I don't. This is so dumb. Did we really need this whole thing of her being, like, sad that she's about to die? It really is, and that's what really pisses me off. This feels like a half-assed anniversary event.
I won't forgive anyone who disrupts the ball.
This literally feels like they were like, you know what? This is a normal seasonal event type deal. This feels like it should have been in the main story. Like, we should be here. None of this feels right. None of this feels earned. Mihara's massive upgrade to bullshit her into an overspec unit. Which, this is even worse that it succeeds after only recently having Rappy. That took so much time to build up to, by the way. And finally happen and pay off, which was an amazing payoff. Then to have this happen is the literal slap in the face of your player base. Of like, oh, it's exceedingly simple. Just put two cores together and then have them survive. Like, what the fuck? This... I'm trying to see the silver lining in this. If I wanted to be harsh, I would say it's the no-call idea of anniversaries. That was good, though. That was an introduction to us in this world. That was a good one. It was kind of pointless in a way, because it was just like, yeah, they're dead. We already know that. But at least there was more point to that event than there was to this. This feels like an event that shouldn't have been an anniversary. Yeah, this feels like it needed a lot more build-up. This feels like it should have been a 3.0 anniversary. I'm going to be honest. This feels like it should have been a 3.0 anniversary with tons of build-up to it. Because we haven't had much build-up. We only recently had Grave and Cinderella leave us. If they had left us earlier, and this happened later, I would have been fine. But this has happened so soon. It feels like they're just trying to recycle the same idea. There is a massive tremor, and the Crimson Sea begins to surge violently.
Sound.
Not to mention, the anniversary character of the anniversary has appeared less than Modernia has in the entirety of the story. So far. Put that through your heads. Modernia has appeared more than Siren has in her own event.
Gluttony is shaking?
Yes. Little Mermaid closes her eyes and focuses on the sounds Gluttony is making. Rumble. Deep vibrations reverberate throughout Gluttony's body as it tries to move. Bubble, bubble. Toil trouble. Witch's brew. Meanwhile, all the liquid inside it churns violently.
It's as if it's fighting against something doing?
Get ready to rumble down under. The Little Mermaid focuses even more, listening intently to the noises coming from outside. The sound of something being pierced into Gluttony's body. Grubble, 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 grubble! The agonizing cries of Gluttony as it writhes in pain.
Something is hurting it.
Crunch! The sound of something blocking Gluttony's mouth. Pitter patter! Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. The sound of footsteps in an area that doesn't make any sense to them to be able to run. How the fuck did she run here? Isn't it like an ocean that she... I'm very confused. Mori is there! Mori is here to ruin a really good story!
I need to save her.
The bubbles stretch from Little Mermaid's fingertips. Splash! And wraps up around Mori shortly after. Crash. The bubbles land. Splash. Mori. Thought she was gonna die. She's here. She's trying to save her. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada.
I got it.
Yada baba dub. Mori. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. I'm sorry. This is. I'm not liking this. Like, this is. I'm no professional writer. I will admit this. I'm no professional. I am a novice. But even I can tell when a story feels forced as hell. And this is so forced. Like, I'm sorry. I don't like doing this. I do not like skipping dialogue.
Am I beautiful?
I have never skipped an anniversary's dialogue since I started streaming the game. This is literally the meme of it's just so ass.
Let's get out of this place, Siren. Mihara and her keeping. We need to.
I can't. I must.
You can do that. You just need to.
That's impossible. Gluttony is instinctively. Even if it does swallow, there'll be no.
And we have.
I can't.
Look, we can use.
Mori holds up the glass bottles, showing that I have a bomb, basically.
How does it?
Mana said that they'll expand.
But doesn't that?
Yes, but they were original. So I don't pretend. But if we so let's be done.
See, this would have made more sense if they had a way to contact Little Mermaid, so they didn't have to waste all this time.
Came back to this.
Yeah.
Thank you, and
Removes Mori's hand from her arm.
I'm not leaving.
What?
I will use this to defeat. But first,
No, I'm not leaving without.
I might not be able to hit Glut. Even if I do, someone.
Then we'll both.
We don't know if things.
And we'll die.
Mori.
Don't even. No matter how.
Mori.
No, don't throw. If there's even. Stay.
Oh, Mori.
I know that I can't.
She said Mori like 7 times, for the God's sakes.
I can't make. I know that. I know
Shut up!
at least.
I don't care.
You said
Shut
you were
up!
so much.
Shut
Prove to the
up!
world that is
For the love of
more.
God, you have more lines than anybody I've ever seen!
That is.
I don't want to lose. How could I?
Shut the
Even
fuck
cling to
up!
Save my goddess.
Why do you have so many cuts of you in scenes? You don't deserve
The
it!
story isn't. I must not just.
I'm sorry, Cinderella, you're awesome!
I promise that
I'm gonna clip that just because hopefully he gets to shut the fuck up.
the story won't be.
Like, I hate skipping Cinderella because Cinderella's awesome, but this entire thing is a character who is annoying as shit coming in and, like, being redeemed in, like, one sitting. Now, I want to preface this. I don't hate the VAs. The VAs are doing an amazing job. The voice actors are doing an amazing job. It is the writers and the storyline that irritate the fuck out of me. Because this character hasn't earned their place in it. This is not a Kilo situation where Kilo is actually likable. This is a situation where a very shitty character is thrown in, last minute, mind you, with no build-up. We didn't get any teasers for Mori at all. She was thrown in at the anniversary live stream. And then we're supposed to care about her because she had a terrible backstory. Well, guess what? 99% of the other Nikkes in this game have had a terrible backstory.
It's exert. Shall I help? You can. I know.
I have never skipped and done this in an anniversary live stream, and I hate it.
Uni. It's okay. You're not alone. I'm here to bear. That's why I... So, let's rescue the ones who consider if we keep... Maybe someday we'll be able to...
And it doesn't help that neither of these characters have had...
I wonder if Mori managed to... What's...
Runs the Gluttony's mouth, two small bubbles pop out. Times will float Uni in Miharu's ears and whisper.
Uni!
Siren?
Get back!
Uni!
Miharu quickly pulls at the pendulum and retreats. They run. Boom! Massive water bubble shoots. Bubble shoots out of Gluttony's mouth.
Wow!
Splash! The bubble plunges into the ocean, and then...
Uni, get down!
As Miharu pulls Uni down, silver liquid pours down from the sky. Drip, 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 drip. Miharu opens her eyes. A massive purple bubble spreads above Uni. Yay, umbrella. The center stands on the mermaid Mori.
Siren.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
A few minutes earlier. Oh my god. Do we really need this? I'm sorry, this is...
Alright.
Like, this doesn't
Here
feel...
goes.
I'm sorry, this is just god-awful.
I thought I was.
What about the...
I was hoping you would die, Mori, because you're a terrible character.
I guess that...
Yes, it looks like...
Mermaid points at Gluttony's mouth. Inside its gaping maw. Now that is a good scene. That is a good scene. That is fucking beautiful right there. That is terrifying and beautiful. Countless crystals continuously form and dissolve in its silver liquid.
Looks like...
We must eliminate gluttony once and so... Will you fight?
Of course that's why we...
Yeah, I already told.
You're right. We're all
Alright.
encounter.
Oh, that's cool. If only it felt like it was earned. Like, that's cool. Yeah, I get it. I get that. It's just... none of this feels earned. None of this feels like an actual proper ending.
Tell me the story of victory. I'm coming. Looking forward to this. Until the very end. Shine brightly.
I just wanted to get Cinderella's burst off.
How do I look now, Prince? Am I beautiful?
Doesn't
Gluttony
this make
roars.
everyone tired?
It will if you shut up, Mori.
It's taken.
The core is
Maury,
certainly
just shut
holding
up.
better than we expected. Maybe the core has gotten weak, and there's not enough energy.
We're going to wait for the ad to finish. We have an ad break right now, so we're going to wait for that to finish real quick, just so I can vent my frustrations, which is god-awful story. They wrote themselves into a corner with how to handle this story. They literally did. Like, everything that happened was so convenient to the plot that it was ridiculous. Miharu getting a super upgrade that conveniently allowed her to do what she needed to do to put Gluttony, this massive abomination, in his tracks. The fact that Uni has done jack shit and has nothing, and there's nothing special about Uni at all right now, aside from the fact that she's part Rapture. And then there's Mori, who is just Mori. She's done nothing except complain and have a redemption arc that doesn't feel earned in the slightest. And then there's Little Mermaid, the main character of this anniversary, who has had the least amount of build-up and screen time to get any sort of anything. And I hate that her encounter moment, for her saying encounter, which is usually one of the coolest moments that Nikke's get, is ruined because it's so ass. I love Little Mermaid. Her voice actor is amazing. Mihara's voice actor is amazing. Uni's voice actor is amazing. Mori, the character who I cannot stand, has an amazing voice actor. But the story is so ass. Literally, it is everything we have gone through for like the last 10 plus chapters of the main story shoved into a single event with so many ass pulls and deus ex machinas and I said deus ex, not deus sex. Stupid Google Translate. Oh my god.
If only we could throw some kind of bait to make the core expand and the crystals grow larger.
Maury, shut up, please.
Wait. I've got just the thing.
What? Oh, you mean the AA pillar?
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that thing.
Since it's already been melted by the silver liquid, it should be absorbed quickly.
If we feed that to the core, the crystals should grow much larger.
Uh-huh.
Well then, let's get this thing to open wide, so you can feed it a little treat.
Let's go. All right.
Shut up! Nobody cares about you! I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I hate this. I hate it so much. Oh my god. Whip, crack, tax, yada yada yada.
Watch out!
Spread out.
As Little Mermaid whispers, an array of bubbles expand and shield the group.
Don't you dare go around spewing such dangerous stuff.
Chain pattern. Oh god, here
Shall
we go
have
again.
another go at... Siren!
Oh, you want this pillar so badly? Come and get it.
As Little Mermaid stretches her arms, bubbles brimming with the AA pillar's energy bloom in the air.
Everyone, step back.
Okay,
All right.
Mihara yanks out the pendulum. In a desperate fit, Gluttony opens its mouth wide and lunges toward Little Mermaid, its colossal body scraping against the ground.
You want food?
Little Mermaid swings her hand, and the bubbles all fly towards Gluttony's core.
Then chew on this.
Splash! The silver liquid within the bubbles seeps into Gluttony's core. Then, crystals! The E2 crystals absorb the energy surging forth from the core, causing them to rapidly expand.
Break apart.
At last, Gluttony's core shatters. Thud. Gluttony collapses to the ground. The crystals that filled its mouth shatter as well. Rumble. The underground vibrations grow fainter.
What's that?
I think it's Gluttony's main body.
Wait.
no wonder I sensed something more when I exchanged senses with it. That must have been the connection to its main body.
You're right. When I was inside its throat, I used the bubbles to investigate.
Okay, you could have said this so much earlier.
Gluttony consists of one massive main body, with multiple mouths attached to it. The place where I was staying was inside the throat of one of those mouth organs.
You could have said that too.
So, the core we just destroyed.
I'm a...
So that's why you kept saying we were inside its throat and not its stomach.
Uh-huh.
What are we gonna do if that thing...
It won't. Judging by how faint it seems to have run...
So it severed one of its...
Uh-huh. It most likely ran away because its main body was about to be swallowed by the crystal.
Considering how it ran off, it knows that this place is filled.
So what then? Did we...
Yes, we...
Oh.
Nobody cares. Can somebody shoot Mori? Like, just throw her in a volcano? Uni's cool.
Siren, How does it feel to be back in the great outdoors after so long?
Oh. Well.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, Maury's
Guess
talking.
It has been a long.
Yeah. It's been a really long time.
Little Mermaid looks up at the sky. Instead of the familiar underwater scenery, a real sky comes into view.
Wow.
Oh, Maury's talking.
It's so beautiful.
Beyond the horizon, the sun slowly ascends, bathing the surroundings in a golden light.
It's breathtaking. The world is so beautiful.
You bet it is.
Oh, Mihara, Uni, Mori.
Tears flow from Little Mermaid's eyes.
Thank you for saving me.
She's too precious for this event. It's not fair. She's too precious for this event. It's not fair, I tell you.
Siren.
What are you?
Oh,
crying
Maury's
about?
talking.
Because I'm so thankful. I never thought I'd be able to see the sun again. To be able to set my feet on solid ground. Breathe in fresh air. I didn't even dare dream of it.
Siren.
Oh, Maury's
Thank
talking.
you for saving me. For not giving up on me. For extending your hands out to me.
Oh, Maury's talking.
too.
Oh, she's still talking. Maury covers her face and hoping that she explodes because that's what we want. I mean, Siren's there, so she's cool, but... Oh, Maury's talking.
Don't you
Oh,
two
she's
have
talking.
any
Oh,
idea
still
who
talking.
you
Oh,
ever take no
talking.
more heroic
Talking.
sac- Never
Talking.
again.
Shut up!
Yes. Okay.
For dazzling golden sunrise, a flustered Little Mermaid consoles Maury, who is wiping away tears. I'm not gonna lie, that's an adorable scene. I hate Maury, but that's an adorable scene. Also, I didn't realize how tall Little Mermaid is. Uni simply gazes at the moving scene before her.
Uni. How are you feeling? How does it feel saving someone for the first time?
Uni looks at her battered arms, then at Maury and Little Mermaid, who are laughing together. Maury should also be dead, but that's just me.
Feels good? You did great. Alright, you two. That girl. Isn't that one of your bubbles, Siren?
Really? This is gonna... They're gonna end it like this. I know it's gonna happen, and I hate it. I know it's gonna fucking happen, and I hate it. In the direction Mihara is pointing. And sees a girl with long pigtails made of purplish bubbles.
Those are the bubbles I sent to find Cinderella.
Little Mermaid reaches out towards the girl. But the bubbles disappear and eventually dissipate.
What's she doing here?
Step, step, step.
Siren. Look.
Oh, Maury's talking. Points behind Little Mermaid.
Oh,
Over there.
Siren? Cinderella?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Shut up, Maury!
Our voices soar together, carving stems, hand in hand, chains. Is it really you? It's warm. Cinderella! Cinderella! I missed you, Siren.
Tears.
Grave is always best girl.
Siren, it's Eve. Oh, Eve?
Siren. It's a good thing you decided to stay alive, huh?
Shut up, Mori! I'm gonna be honest. The cutscene was nice, but it could have been so much better. The entirety of that just feels... I'm gonna be honest. This entire thing was just ass.
The story will be rewritten into a tale that's
I don't expect every story to be a banger. I don't expect every story to be amazing. I just expect decent writing. And this entire story should have been about Little Mermaid with Cinderella and Abe. The fact that it didn't have them at all until the end negates the entire purpose of what happened in the main story. So instead of it being Cinderella and Abe who hears about, you know, gluttony, and them going and then starting this and then saving Little Mermaid, it's a Nikke who has been shoehorned in so hard. I don't even feel like the connection at the end was worth it. Like, I don't even feel a connection at all, and it sucks. Because Little Mermaid is such a cool character. She's been cool since she was introduced. But I feel like the entire thing has just been shoehorned in, and I don't like it. I do not like Mori. I hate her character. And it frustrates the hell out of me. Because the story could have been amazing. But it felt like at every turn that something that could have been interesting introduced was thrown in to have the other characters get more screen time. In an event that had to do with Little Mermaid.
We finally met.
It's terrible writing.
Has come true.
And I hate that I'm saying that because I've always thoroughly enjoyed every single event, every single character. And for the first time ever, I can thoroughly say I hated this event. None of this felt earned. Like, I'm going to be honest. And I've said that multiple times throughout this entire stream. This entire story feels like something that should have been expanded on. None of it feels... It doesn't feel right at all. Mihara's BS power-up, the way she got it, that just so happened to be exactly what they needed to do to stop gluttony, is just so ass.
Fills me with such joy.
It's so bad.
Soon. Thank you, everyone, for everything.
Hopefully we get some... I'm praying to get some sort of, like, thing at the end of this for hard mode. Like, I'm praying hard mode has something for us at the end. Because this...
For everything.
this just feels so bad.
What's by my side is unbreakable. Fills me with such joy.
Like, it feels like it happened way too quick. It feels like everything that they were building up to in the last few chapters just gets immediately resolved so fast. Grave and Cinderella head off somewhere to go find Little Mermaid. It's resolved literally one story patch later. One event later, and it's immediately resolved. That is... Like, I hate to be negative. I don't like being negative. This type of stuff irritates me because I enjoy. This game is fun. The storyline has always, even previously, been fun. But this event was just... Little Mermaid had very little screen time for an event about her. Mihara and Uni aren't interesting characters right now because there's barely any depth to them. Mihara gets a BS power-up just so that she can become an overspec unit. That gets resolved from something that took Rappy years to do.
We finally met.
Like, I'm sorry. I know I'm complaining, and that's never something you want to see from somebody on a game you're enjoying. But I can't wrap my head around these choices that they have made for this game. Everything just seems to be like anti what they've done. It feels like they've just... I don't know. I don't know, and I don't know why, but it irritates the hell out of me. Like, you all know, for those who know me, you all know that I enjoy these. I've enjoyed this game. I enjoy playing it every time I do it. And I don't know why, but this is just so dumb. I don't mind ass pulls if they feel like the character has earned the ass pull. Mihara has not earned her place to get that ass pull yet. Yes, the previous Miharas have earned that. You know, Mihara number 1, before her memory wipe, had earned her right to get an upgrade. Mihara number 2 had earned her right. This one has done nothing. She doesn't remember a damn thing. Yet her desire to protect Uni gets her a power up. Because, of course. We're going to do 110 pull. Oh, we got regular Mihara. We got her twice. Yeah, it's hilarious. Like, I want to enjoy the event, but I'm gonna be honest. It is beyond underwhelming. It is basically like saying, you know, all that really cool buildup of Rappy going through some stuff and all this stuff. But what if we did all of that, but in 10 minutes?
EG at your service.
Your orders, please.
If this is her, it's gonna be hilarious. It's hilarious.
For I must keep the promise I made to everyone.
What?
Oh, too bad we're not gonna pay for the outfit. We got 4 tickets. We'll go ahead and burn them. I'll talk about it more in a minute. Let's just get these pulls out of the way. You motherfuck! What the fuck? You've got to be kidding me! Okay, if you do this again, you've got to be kidding me. What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck?
I made to everyone.
I just... Fucking right! Fucking right! luck. This is literal. I'm just like, you know what? I got 4 poles to burn. Let's go ahead and burn them. 3 Little Mermaids back to back. We still have 1 ticket left. We'll go ahead and burn it. Okay, there we go. I was about to say. I don't know how. That's fucking hilarious. That is just god tier hilarious. Oh my god, that is just cinema indeed. But to add on to everything, Little Mermaid's storyline feels like they're just trying to rush it to get back to the main story so that they can build up for the next event, for the 3.0, which feels exceedingly rushed for how little story we get. If we had more side stories and we had more actual main story between the events, between the half and the full anniversary, it would feel warranted in everything that has happened. The fact that we literally had in the previous story, before this new update, Grave and Cinderella leave us to go find Little Mermaid. Then to have them in the next update with the event immediately find her is dumb. Because not only did you just shoehorn in an immediate reunion, it doesn't feel earned. Cinderella and Grave magically come there at the end. Yeah, that's what it was. This was the Mihara anniversary. Which instead of putting Mihara as the character, it was Little Mermaid. Feels dumb. This should have just been Mihara. If they were going to shoehorn in a Mihara overspec story, it should have just been Mihara. Little Mermaid should have been saved through the main story. That would have been good. And had Little Mermaid come and help the commander and all of them with the 4 beasts. Which means, as of this point, I know a little bit of what's going to happen in the main story. Because I've read some threads on Discord talking about how they're upset with it. So I know a few things. I know how it ends. I know how the chapters... I know how it ends on a cliffhanger. And I can tell you right now, I'm not going to enjoy it. This does not feel like the same people who have been writing this game for a while. I can only pray that I get Red Hood. I need Red Hood to have more upgrades, because she only has 1. It would be nice to have her. But the game's not going to give me 3 pilgrims in a row like it did for frickin' Siren. I am still surprised. I am still surprised the game did that. Yeah, I will definitely have a very strong Siren, considering she's getting 3 upgrades. She's getting 4 upgrades immediately. Because I got 3 of them, which is still fucking hilarious to me.
Now I'll be able... I can make even more bubbles now. If Abe could see me now...
And she's not even maxed out. I don't even have her maxed out on gear yet. She's now 130,000. I don't have her 1 piece of gear leveled up. And the other one isn't leveled up at all either. But I did get lucky. These are the stats I got with this piece of gear when I leveled it up. She's literally, I think... Okay, she's 130. So what are these? I know she's 150, right? 150. Okay. So she's still pretty low, but God. The fact that I got 3 of them back to back so quickly is just goddamn streamer luck at this point. maybe we'll get some more closure with the next hard mode, but I really don't have any faith in that happening. And it sucks. But I really don't want Mori to be in the story anymore. She needs to go. She needs to disappear. If they have her in the story more and she joins the main group, I'm going to be pissed because her storyline is awful. Wow, I did not realize I had that many. Like I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. Mori's story and inclusion in this entirety of this event is just terrible writing. It is shoehorned writing that is so bad. Because it doesn't feel earned. None of her development or build-up has felt earned. I really hope so. I really, really, really hope that she is nothing more than an occasional character who will pop up. I don't want her to be with Siren and Cinderella and Grave when they come back to us. Because if she is, it's going to be annoying as shit. Because we know Siren's going to be with Cinderella. And if she stays with Mori and them, if Siren stays with Mori and them, it's even worse of a storyline. Like, I'm just going to... I just can't get on board with any of this. It just feels so bad. Feels so bad. Because literally this was an event where Little Mermaid was, you know, broadcasted to be the character that they're going to focus on. This was her event. Unbreakable Sphere. This was her story being told. And instead we got a Mihara Mori story. What the fuck was the point of Siren at this point? I can't fathom what they were thinking when they did this. It's like you introduce this character just to give them the spotlight for somebody else. I don't get it. I really don't get it. This is so... It's so weird to me. Because it doesn't... It feels literally like they were just wanting Mihara to have an overspec reason. Instead of just having her new body be her overspec. She didn't really need to have this whole Nikke Rapture storyline involved. My ear hurts, hold on. I gotta take this out of my ear, it's hurting me. It just... Yeah, it just doesn't feel... The writing in this, again, just feels like they were trying to get this done quick. It feels like they just wanted to get the story out there for the anniversary, rather than actually building up to it. Because we have been built up to Old Tales for a long-ass time. Because we not only had the Red Ash event, which introduced Cinderella as the antagonist, as Anichiro. So we had a previous event introduce this character to give us some really heartbreaking stuff. To see that this character was there. And then we had a couple of other events, I think, as well. Kind of introducing it. And building it up through the story. Like, with us as the main character learning some stuff. And then finally, we save Cinderella. Who awakens as Cinderella, not Anichiro. And then she comes and she fights with us. So we learn her backstory. And then we have Old Tales, which tells what happens after the Red Ash event. That Cinderella comes back. That she comes back as herself. After getting defeated. You know, stuff like this. We have this whole stuff. And this event doesn't feel like it was built up at all. We had Old Tales, which showcased the separation of everybody. But that was really about it. There wasn't any real connection between Siren being lost. Considering we don't save Siren in the main story. This is the first time, and people have mentioned this before. Every anniversary event has been coincided with the commander meeting the anniversary character. And then down the road, them being added to an event. This is the first time in Nikke's writing we have not met the anniversary character at all. We have never spoken to Siren. So this entire thing feels very weird. And I'm not saying that we need to be involved in every single aspect, but it feels kind of like, what's the point of our character if we're not the ones being involved and actually doing stuff? Like, you're the player we're the character because there's a reason we're there. If I wanted to be a bystander in a video, I would play Genshin Impact. Or a Hoyoverse game. Because the main character doesn't do jack shit in those games. Unless you're Kiana from Honkai Impact 3rd, and then you do stuff, and then are tossed aside when they're done with your story, and then move on to 2.0. It's weird. It's very weird. And I hate it. I hate this so much. I was really looking forward to this anniversary, and then part 1 ruined it. Part 1 had no redeeming qualities whatsoever, except for Little Mermaid and her adorable faces. Aside from Little Mermaid's adorable faces and her voice actress doing an excellent job on being adorable, part 1 was terrible. The whole Mori backstory being shoved in her face for one thing is terrible. When you look at Kilo from the 1.5 anniversary and you compare the two, Kilo had a bad backstory. But it wasn't shoehorned in to be this whole thing where she's just pathetic. She's just the most worthless thing in the world. No, it's just because she was terrible at stuff. And she had low self-esteem. This is just the entire game telling us this character sucks. Everything about this character is terrible. This character has no redeeming qualities whatsoever. But you need to care about them. Now I'm gonna give the writers in the game the benefit of the doubt for this time. But if this keeps happening, I'm gonna be honest. If this keeps happening, I may have to give up the game. Story should always be first. And if you start pulling stuff in, and Deus Ex everything, you lose my interest, because it becomes more about pulling off things out of nowhere than actually telling a legitimate story and just writing things in to happen. You can write a long story without constantly pulling things out of nowhere. You can write a good story without the conflict being one-sided. And right now in the main story, we've won so many things and haven't had a single loss. And the events have always had some sort of conflict. But this one just seems like it was written to showcase a character with an anniversary character on the side. And I don't like it. The writing is awful. Do sex machina with moderation. Exactly, do sex machina with moderation. But again, Mihara as a character is cool. She's a nice character. Her abilities are cool. Do I like that she got a magical power-up that solves all of her problems in the span of one evening tea session? No, I don't like that. I don't like that she had a power-up that just says all of that stuff Rappy went through and that they've been building up just gets resolved immediately. And then even worse is the story. The main story is going to have a part that I've read about that somebody mentioned, where something is introduced that just says, hey, we can do it because of this. But then the entire reason that they're going through all this stuff is because of that exact same thing that doesn't make any sense. I love Nikke because they've stretched the line on storytelling that has always gripped me. That has been gripping me for years. These 2 years, these 2.5 years, storylines have gripped me. I've loved the main story. I've loved the anniversaries. The smaller stories to a lesser extent, because they're usually heartfelt and fun, and I like that. The characters have always been interesting. But this patch, this update, I have been thoroughly peeved. Because Mori as a character is written terribly. Her backstory. Oh, I'm worthless. I'm going to be discarded. Well, guess what? So many other Nikkes are of the exact same thing. Mihara and Uni's story currently doesn't feel like it's had much progress to actually earn her power-up. They literally been on the surface for what, a couple of days, maybe a month? And they get a magical power-up after an evening tea session? Write better stories. Don't write for it to be on an anniversary. If the storyline needs time to build up, build the fuck up. Build that up. We were built up to Old Tales so hard. The Old Tales story writing to it was so amazing, the build up to us learning about Cinderella's backstory. Felt justified. The 1.5 anniversary with Crown and Modernia and Kilo and all the other characters and Chime felt justified because it was built up. Because it was built up into it. Because of the meeting and the storyline with us meeting Crown and learning about Modernia. With us meeting these other characters who come into play. The Red Ash event. We learn something. It gets introduced. We learn about Red Hood. And then the Red Ash event happens. This doesn't feel like anything because, again, we haven't met Little Mermaid. We don't help her in any way. So this entire thing gets resolved without us having any contact with this character. Like, I'll say this. If instead of introducing Mori and Little Mermaid in this update, Instead we get to the point where we rescue Little Mermaid in the main story. And then later on, we get told of the events of how it came to be. I would have been fine with this event being told through a future perspective. But the fact that it literally happens during the present day for the storyline is weird. Because that just means that it's going to be even harder to write this in for Hansel and Gretel when we finally go and save them, which we are going to save them. If they kill them off after building these two characters up, would be dumb. First off. And then second off, you lose people and interest in your story. So I'm gonna end it at that. I'm not ending the stream. I'm gonna end my critique on that. It's as an anniversary story, it is terrible. As a normal patch story with voice dialogue and stuff like that, it'd be fine. As a normal event story, this would be fine. But as an anniversary storyline, it is terrible. That's by boiling it down to the basic points. It's a terrible anniversary, but a really good normal. Or a seasonal anniversary. Or a seasonal event. I know it'd be weird to have a seasonal event with Little Mermaid, but it would honestly be better than what we have now. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, they're together. Look at that. Yeah, two sisters together. Old Tales was good. I loved the death out of it. I loved Old Tales to death. That was probably hands down one of the greatest stories they had written. Because it was not only about Cinderella, it was about Abe. And her journey into what we finally see at the end. Great storytelling. Versus what we get now, which just feels really, really forced. I can only hope that the writing will get better. But as of right now, I don't feel like it's worth it. I'm going to give them all the benefit of the doubt. And just hope that the next story update, the next special event we get, feels worth it. Because I know the next seasonal event will probably be the summer event. So we're going to go back to the beach again. I'll say, like I said, after the onsen event. This was a weak one, but I'm hoping they get their momentum back in the next one. And again, I don't expect them... Why does my ear hurt constantly? Sorry. I've had this weird pain in my ear. Well, not in my ear, but like on the ridge of my ear where my glasses sit. Like it's constant, like something's hurting. I think I'm dying. I'm joking, of course. Like, I don't expect every anniversary to be captivating. I don't expect every storyline to be like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever written. But this was just so bad. It's like they were writing it to get it out instead of actually building up to it. It was basically a Disney Marvel movie. That's the easiest way I can critique this. This is basically a Disney Marvel movie because it wasn't telling a story. It was trying to set up for the next thing. Because that's what Marvel movies are nowadays. They're not telling a story. They're just trying to set up for the next movie. And it sucks. Because the quality suffers for it. Like instead of just... Not every anniversary has to set up for the next one. You can use your main storyline to do that as well. They do realize that, right? They do realize that they can introduce stuff in the main storyline and have it happen in an event that doesn't involve us. Since that's what they seem to like to do, is to have every anniversary not have the commander involved in any shape or form. Use your event, or use your main storyline to introduce things that you can throw in an event. As they've been doing until recently. You meet Dorothy, bam, Overzone gets introduced, so we learn backstory on that. You have Red Hood show up in the storyline, bam, Red Ash event. You have Crown and Chime show up, bam. I forget the name of that anniversary. I forget the name of that one. Kingdom something or other, I don't remember. You have Cinderella come into the storyline, bam, you have Old Tales. You have Little Mermaid come into the storyline. Bam, you get a half-assed Unbreakable Sphere. That was more about the power of friendship than it felt like it was an actual storyline. Last Kingdom, that's what it was. I'm just hoping that they get their shit back together. Because this is honestly sad. Like, I was hoping for a B, and I got a D. I was hoping for a B storyline, and I got a D storyline. And it's honestly sad. Like, I don't expect every moment to be epic. I don't expect every moment to have the emotional weight that we've been hit with time and time again. I don't expect an Old Tales every single update. But I do expect a coherent storyline that isn't just constantly shoehorning stuff down our throat. With all that being said, I'm honestly going to give this event. I don't usually rate these things, but I feel like I should rate it. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It was good, but it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better than what we got. It was like after the 2.0 anniversary, they were like, all right, well, we know we've done too much, and we're sorry. So have this instead, which it doesn't feel right. It doesn't. I think it would have been fair to have Gluttony overwhelm them and have Cinderella and Grave come in to save the day, fighting along Siren. That would have been good. That's what I was hoping for. Like at the end of part 1, I was expecting like all of a sudden to say, here, you know, Cinderella say full contact, and then like beams come out of nowhere to save them. That would have been cool. Like, you know, it would have been nice to have all of that happen, and then Cinderella and Grave arrive to help fight. Because Siren's bubble brings them here. So they know that Siren must be here. And then, or have them over here, Mihara and them talk about Siren. So then they know she's in there so they can fight and help. You know, something that isn't just the bubble arrives and they're there to see them win. And also the entirety of basically Gluttony being a Hydra feels really forced to this creature's design. We can only hope that they fix up what they're doing. It feels like it's a completely set of new writers compared to what we've had. And it's honestly bad. Because it feels like we have a lot of new writers in the storyline for this event. Because a lot of stuff didn't make any sense. It was so many, like, here's a problem, but here's a solution. One after another, after another, after another, after another. It's like, oh, we need to get stronger. Well, here's the solution for you right here. GN can give you the power of a rapture that you can fuse immediately. Oh, here's some tidbits for the future. Deep is something more than just the name of this character you saw in Footstep Walk Run. No, it's even punny as hell is about to be deeper than that. They're spoon feeding us so much stuff that they're building up so much more stuff. We have a lot of stuff that's going on right now that hasn't been answered in any form, by the way. I don't know. I will take my criticisms as it's a good story, but it could have been a lot better. It's a good story that needed more time to cook. And unfortunately, it didn't get the proper amount. But the good news is, we now have a maxed out Little Mermaid without even trying, as I didn't think I would get her. Not only did I get her once, twice, but I got her 3 times. Just fucking hilarious.
Now I can recreate my old friends perfectly.
You don't need to, because Cinderella's there with you forever. So we can only hope that the next storyline... We're going to play hard mode next week when it gets introduced. And if we have time from hard mode, we will do some of... I don't really want to do the main story. I want to spend the entire stream doing main scenario. Per chapter, by the way. So probably what we'll do is... We'll probably play it, and then we'll do... hard mode, and then we'll probably talk about it. Because I really don't want to dive into main scenario and be like, not be able to finish it in one, and not be able to finish the chapter in one stream, because that would irritate me. Because then because it's just a me thing.
You are the perfect candidate to be my secretary.
Because I'm enjoying Nikke. Every Saturday I've had enjoyment playing this game, and this storyline just feels so bad. It's weird. It's weird. Just trying to wrap my head around all this right now. Because I'm already thinking like the worst type scenario where I just don't enjoy the storyline anymore, and I'm like, alright, I guess I have to no longer play it. Which sucks, because I enjoy playing this with you guys. I enjoy talking and theory crafting and stuff like that. I just want the writers to get back on track.
While you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, prices are rising and shares are fluctuating. You're bound to lose money unless you get up and do something.
I can only hope that the writers get back on track and stop trying to reuse everything they've done. I honestly feel they need to release more storyline. If you stop Nikke, you'll have to become a Black Desert streamer or something. I can't. I've tried to play Black Desert. I can't do it. I can't do AFK for 12 hours. Because I don't want to lose you guys while playing this, but if it ever gets to the point, and I'm going to be honest with you, if I'm playing a game and it ever gets to the point where I don't enjoy playing it anymore, I will stop playing it. Like, if Nikke ever gets to the point where I'm just like, why am I playing this game anymore? I don't enjoy it. I will drop the game.
You're bound to lose money unless you get up and do something.
I know that'll probably be like, oh, well, he's not playing the game. Setsuna's not playing the game anymore. I don't need to drop by anymore. It'll suck for me because I like you guys. You guys are my chuckle cluckers. However, if I'm not enjoying something, I'm not gonna play it. I've dropped many games where I'm just like, I can't keep playing this. I lost a lot of viewers at one point because I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Excuse me. Like, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I had to stop the game because I just was not enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore. Every time we would get together, people would hop in and be like, hey, hey, look at my awesome deck. Watch me turn you and not be able to play anything. Yeah, I used to play. I played when Master Duel first came out. I was really into it at that point because it was really fun to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. But that was before all the tryhards came out and be like, oh, look at my cool deck that can turn one combo you. And if you play any cards, I instantly win. And I had one person who would keep coming into my streams and be like, oh, I'm not going to play that. You'll have fun. And then I would play them, and then they would literally play a top-tier deck that was constantly, you know, anytime you try to do anything, I counter. I just want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I just want to play a card in attack mode and end my turn. But players that I kept joining didn't want to do that. They wanted to show off and stuff like that. So I had to quit. Yeah, we might never know that if you play Pot of Greed, you can draw 2 cards from your deck. I love the fact that became a meme simply for the fact that it states what the card does. But then again, they say that about every card. But because Pot of Greed was used so often, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But yeah, I will tell you right now, if I ever get to the point where I'm playing Nikke again, and I can't stand it, and I'm like, this isn't fun anymore, I will have to drop the game. I don't want to, because this is fun. It's mindless fun where we get to flaunt over these beautiful characters and wonder about my head between Jan's thighs. But if the writing keeps going in this direction, where they've shown to be really good at storytelling, and they have been since the beginning. I was caught from the very beginning of this game and wanted to keep playing. If it wasn't for Jan getting the bikini, I wouldn't have come back to the game. I would have quit the game outright and never touched it again. But because my favorite character got a bikini, I came back to it. And I've enjoyed it since. Maybe they'll release another skin or an SSR version of Jan, and I'll be drawn back into the game. Yeah. Like, if it comes to that, and, like, the game just isn't enjoyable, and they introduce more Jan, I'll come back. Because I do enjoy this game. Shift Up have been amazing at storytelling. They had Stellar Blade come out. I love Stellar Blade. I will be purchasing Stellar Blade again when it comes to PC. I can only hope that they come back and think that this event was terrible. This event was downright the worst event out of the 5 events we've had for anniversaries. Because nothing in this event felt like it actually had a meaningful purpose. Mihara gets a super upgrade because she needs power. Little Mermaid gets saved because a whiny little bitch didn't shut up. Uni was just there and did a few things. Grave and Cinderella get the entire quest that they're searching for completed immediately. It is just so weird. It is so weird. Yeah, Uni didn't do anything, and it's weird that they have this character that they went through all this trouble with of keeping her alive, by the way. That they could have killed her off, but kept her alive. Now she's a monstrosity, Yeah, all she did was choke Mihara and choke Mori, which I was really hoping that was the cool thing everybody talked about Mori's stuff, is that she died. I want to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Her dying would have made the story better. It's one of those moments where a character does deserve to die. And I hate saying that because that's a dumb thing to say in a storyline. If you have to write it where your character dying makes more sense than them being alive,
While you're sitting there twiddling
rethink
your
the
thumbs,
character.
prices are rising and shares are fluctuating. You're bound
Just
to lose
rethink your
money
character,
unless
please.
you get up and do something.
But I'm going to leave it here, you guys. I'm going to leave it here because if I try to go on, it's just going to be me. I've already been repeating myself multiple times. I've already reiterated exactly my thoughts multiple times throughout this entire live stream. And I know many of you probably are just like, God, shut up. To the exact same thing that I was doing to Mori when she was talking. It's like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Because she wasn't likable. Shift Up will send your mailbox a core 7 Mori just for you. I would have put it past the game to be like, alright, here you go. 7 Moris in a row. And I'm like, you're gonna do that to me, you
While you're
fuckers?
sitting there twiddling your thumbs, prices are rising and shares are fluctuating. You're bound to lose money unless you get up and do something.
But, yeah. If this wasn't, I'll just say this one last time. If this wasn't an anniversary, this would have been a good event. This would have been a decent event if it wasn't an anniversary. And it was just about Mihara and Uni, with Mori shoved in. If it was that, would have been fine. But the fact that it's called Unbreakable Sphere, yet Mori, Mihara, and even Uni get more lines and more involvement in the story than the character who's on the goddamn event artwork, is just terrible writing. And I'll end it at that.
While you're sitting there twiddling
Because that's what it
your
is.
thumbs, prices are rising and shares are fluctuating. You're bound to lose money unless you get up and do something.
Why does my ear keep hurting like that? I don't know what the hell's going on. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me today and listening to me complain throughout this entire event. I don't know how anybody can say Mori's a good character, because none of her stuff feels like it's been earned. The fact that she gets the whole moment of her imminent death type scene just already doesn't feel rewarded, because she's already had that. She's on death's door already, so that entire scene felt pointless. The fact that we hear about Little Mermaid going through all this trouble to learn to be able to speak, and she has the fewest lines, is dumb. I can only hope that it gets better. I can only hope that it starts to get better. But all in all, this anniversary has just been a whale anniversary. Spend money. We want you to spend your money. If you remember 2.0 with Old Tales, we got a shit ton of free pulls. We got a lot of free pulls. I've gotten maybe 60 pulls total so far. Maybe, probably not even that. It's weird. It seems very weird comparatively to last year, to the previous anniversary.
You're bound to lose money unless you get up and do something.
Hold on, my glasses hurting my ears because it's too close. Is that it? But yes, one last time, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for putting up with me as I complained about this entire event. I will be back tomorrow for those who would like to see it. Yes, when that survey hits, please, please, for those who did not enjoy the event, please fill out the survey. They've been shown to listen to their fan base, not just catering to one demographic either. They've listened to their fan base.
While you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, prices are rising and shares are fluctuating.
Please
You're bound to
tell
lose
them
money unless you get up and do
that it was
something.
bad. This is one of the few events where whaling isn't as bad as the actual storyline itself. But yes, enjoy yourselves, everybody. I will be back tomorrow for those who would like to meet up and come back and see me. I will be playing Dino Crisis for the first time ever. I've never played Dino Crisis. We will be playing it. I will be scared, and dinosaurs will eat my ass. But that's something you never thought you'd see me say, is it? My eyebrows aren't going up and down very fast. But enjoy yourselves, everybody. I am Setsuna Fox. I will see you guys tomorrow because I am tired now. So I'm going to spend my little time I have left before I go pass out
You're bound to lose money unless
watching YouTube for a little bit, I guess. But enjoy yourselves. Have fun. I will be back Sunday, same time for Dino Crisis. Tuesday, we're going to be switching it up, and me and Kerbo are going to be attempting to play Repo. If he's awake, unfortunately. Then Saturday will, of course, be more Nikke, because I want to see, hopefully, if they ever redeem themselves. But until then, enjoy yourselves. I can't think of anything else to say except bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Make love, not waffle.